What's up? Why is this not working? Hold on.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fail.
My chat extension stuff's not working. I'm trying to fix it.
Bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
That does make sense. And I mean, last time I had this chat extension, we had no inflation. Zero inflation. Remember that. Zero inflation. And now what?
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose
Now I need to go to extensions. Manage extensions. Refresh this extension. Sorry, I know there's extra music playing. You just wait a second.
About if this douchebag happens to see this,
It just keeps saying extension loading. Why would it do that?
balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit.
Where my true believer?
Y'all need Jesus.
Praise the Lord, head to the extreme.
All these
It's not even letting me copy the link for it. What is going on?
worshiping drums, cocking, begging for a
You can just talk in the chat for a second. It'll be just a second.
He's strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Well, thank you for the resubscription.
About to get lit, get the
I appreciate that.
best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel
Is it you think
bedroom.
the whole thing's broken maybe?
Some of us
Or is it because I updated
to my shoes and then I flew through the roof.
Chrome maybe?
Orbit strapped to an F-16, high on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa,
Ooh, it looks like they've updated.
what? I'll get my files. What are you doing? It's a stop. Hold on. Fucking stop, dude. Come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a. Oh my god. Damn it.
Sorry, just a second.
Think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Round 3.
Down goes Nino. Please say it is
Keep this page open.
on the ropes trying to
Background service dashboard. Let's refresh that. Connection status.
so well. It's all over. Hands on his
The web socket's disconnected.
All news network do. No day. They be working copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby eating heathens. Believe
Oh, now it's saying it's on.
bullshit
All right, send a test. Oh, it's working now.
in the grifts.
It's the little thing I use to highlight your all's messages. It's finally working, I believe.
Get lit, get the place in the best, you
Copy link for this. And then I want to do
ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
what's it called? Feature chat.
I'm off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement. And I won't even give out your dime store handle because that's really pathetic.
I've almost got it, guys. Just one more second. All right, here we go.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Let me get my camera. Give me a second. It'll be just a second. Damn it! I've updated everything today. That's why I'm late. That's why nothing's working. Hold on. See why I don't update very often. Everything's broke. Now I'm orange for some reason. I got that Trump hue. Thank God there's a tax break for indoor tanning beds. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. I had a little bit of a long intro. Working on things. Still trying to load things over here in the background. But I think we may be working. This is, so they have a desktop based one. I don't know. Somebody put in exclamation point. I'll do it. Tip, that'll run that. We'll see what's happening. Okay, it seems like it's working. Let me try to highlight somebody's comment. Cheeto Man, there you go. Cheeto Man. It does look like the color's working a little bit better. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, I'm Will Bird. I'm here for you guys. I am here for you. I downloaded the standalone app. I should have done the browser extension app. I don't know what's going on. It's horrible. I'm bad at it. And that's why I'm just a military intelligence officer. That's what I hate that this isn't turning off after 20 seconds. I'm going to have to fix that. I have to go back and unlink the highlighted message. Anyways, thank you guys. What's up? What's happening? What's up? Patron in my cup. Yeah, let's grab this. So, first of all, this video was sent to me today. Austin sent this. It's pretty crazy. Entitled "Mother and Daughter Loses It When Kicked Out of Four Seasons Hotel." You know this is going to be a good one. Hopefully the audio works.
Take it off now. You have to. I'm not a criminal.
I'm not a criminal.
February 5th.
I'm not even a criminal. Criminal. Not a criminal.
Were dispatched to the Four Seasons Hotel in response to a reported disturbance. Upon arrival, they encountered two women exhibiting aggressive behavior toward the hotel staff.
This is not the RageBait video. There is a RageBait video that I'm showing because Austin sent it to me, and two more people have emailed it to me recently. So it must be going viral right now. But I'm pretty sure the whole thing's made up, but not this one.
Clearly drunk, and they're being very aggressive towards other people, and they already start hitting people. So.
Want to get them?
Hitting people.
Did they stay at the hotel?
Yes, like we're kicked them out.
Oh, by the way, yes, I do feel better. I quit early last night. I've been having this weird digestive issue. I know that's probably not what people want to talk about, but like maybe once every couple months, I get like a weird gas buildup. And it happens so rarely. I don't know what it is that I'm eating or drinking or changing or doing different because it happens so rarely. And I usually have like, I'll start like burping a lot. And I usually have like some gas relief pills or whatever, but I didn't last night. But it's like an intense fucking pain. Rob told me it's just because I'm getting old, which it might be. But it's like if I didn't know what it was because I'd had it before, I'd probably go to like the emergency room. Like it fucking hurts bad. But I can always take like some type of gas relief, whatever. And it's like a foaming thing. Like it reduces foam. That's what it does. You take it and I'm good in like an hour, but I didn't have any here at the office last night and I was fucking in pain. And like burping like crazy. I don't know.
Out and we escort them out, but they refuse.
They are guests?
They are.
And they evicted out of here?
It's probably something I eat, but it's probably not the day it happens. It's probably from like a day or two before. At least that's what the doctor told me. But it happens so rarely, I can't pinpoint what it is. I forget about that. By the time it happens, I've already forgot what I ate 2 days ago. All right, back to the video.
I got this okay. Chill out a little bit. I'll take care of it. I know, but just let me. I know. I got the story already. Let me do my job.
Wow, he does not like security guards, does he? He like accosted the security guard.
And they evicted out of here?
They are.
All right, okay, relax. Okay, I got this okay. Chill out a little bit.
Okay, relax, chill out. I got the story, guy.
I'll take care of it. I know, but just let me. I know. I got the story already. Let me do my job. Hold on, hon. Okay, this.
Let me do my job.
Listen, I promise you right now. It's just my morning drink.
Okay. Hi, how you doing today? I'm Officer Friedman. Okay.
I'm Monica Harriet.
Okay, the story.
Listen, okay. I don't drink alcohol.
Do me a favor. Let me talk. Let me talk. We're going to talk. I'll let you talk, but I want to do it outside because I can't hear in here. Let's walk outside. Let's walk outside, hon. I don't want not inside. I don't want to talk inside.
Wait,
hon, please.
I want to say it because we don't drink alcohol.
Welcome. Let's talk outside, please.
Seemed like a weird, like, white savior thing that he come up and, like, accosted the security guard first thing. Like, it seems like you would at least want to know what the security guard said, saw, what they wanted to report, whatever, right? It would be one thing if the security guard came up and yelled at these two people, but they didn't. They come to the cop and they're like, hey, we got these two people. And he's like, I know, I got it. Let me do my job. Jesus Christ.
Please, come on. Let's just talk out. I don't want to disturb anybody else, okay?
Damn, the Four Seasons is nice, isn't it?
Am I here?
I don't know. Well, listen. Let me tell you something.
We
are not usually strict. I didn't know what happened. All of a sudden.
They don't drink, they claim. They don't drink. They sound drunk as fuck already.
All of a sudden.
I can't hit two people. I'm on magic.
Okay.
Yeah, one person.
Let me tell you just what I saw.
Okay.
All of a sudden, just people just so mean and just like knock me over and.
Wait, in the dining room?
Yeah.
Right.
And listen, I'm in the travel business and she's with me, my daughter, and I was knocked down. But listen, I didn't care about that. And then she was over there.
When were you checking out? Tomorrow?
No, I'm here. I just checked in today.
Okay, well, they're not going to probably want you to stay here, but they got that right.
Wait, what? Of course, because these people are fucking liberal. Wait, what happened?
They have a right if they don't want you to stay here. They give you.
Well, I just came today. No, that's fucking employees.
Well, I know people. We're getting off topic. I already have a claim through the VA. Through the PACT Act that caused, among other things, was basically like IBS. So I've changed a bunch of things in my diet before trying to fix it. Like I've stopped doing dairy, then I stopped doing gluten, then I stopped doing this, then I stopped doing that, and tried a bunch of and it never fixes it. But that seems like a separate issue to what I got going on now. That's just so fucking random. It's happened probably 3 times. That's why I usually carry those pills with me, the like gas relief, whatever. It's happened only like 3, maybe 4 times, but it's like at least a month in between when it happens. It's something I'm eating.
You know what? To be fair, if you're gonna talk, don't curse. Okay, right now I don't need to write down things. I know what I can hear. I'm here, and it's everything you say is being recorded. I cannot hear 2 people talking at once. If she's gonna talk, you can't talk.
All I know is
I can't pick up what you're saying when she talks.
Hang on, I did nothing wrong. What I will be recorded.
It's one thing to brush off the security guard. It's another thing to be like, to just be fucking mean about it.
You were part of it. We did nothing wrong.
Okay, what's gonna?
We did nothing. We came to a hotel.
Okay, whatever. Well, I wasn't here tonight.
We did not know.
All right, well, I understand, but this.
Like, go check the in there.
I asked you not to.
Don't touch.
Okay, sorry.
If you're gonna keep on cursing, I'll let you.
I apologize.
Well, you don't need to. I can't understand when people do that. Well,
They're so drunk.
your mouth like that doesn't impress me. Okay, it really doesn't.
I apologize.
But it doesn't impress me. Okay.
Okay, she quit. It or not. It's
Okay,
me.
you're both appear a little intoxicated tonight.
I'm not intoxicated.
You are intoxicated. I can smell it.
I didn't drink.
I can smell alcohol.
Take me to
You know what?
station. I will
Wait,
talk.
I don't
Okay.
drink.
Maybe they were celebrating my birthday. Did anybody think of that? Huh? Huh? Right there on the date.
Can you tell the truth?
I don't
Don't
drink.
touch me. Do not touch me.
I don't
Do not
drink.
touch me.
Okay, I don't drink alcohol.
Okay, well, what's going to happen is
I don't
the
drink
hotel does
alcohol.
not want you here for their reasons, so you're going to be leaving. We're going to go to your room and get your stuff, and you can find another hotel.
Wait a minute. I don't drink alcohol, though.
I don't care what you do. The hotel has a right. It's their private property to have you leave
This
the property.
is so f***ing illegal. Are you telling me I'm f***ing arrested? I don't give a f***. Are you telling me?
Wow. The demeanor changed a little bit. This is so fucking illegal. You're going to be arrested. I don't give a fuck. Wow.
I'm leaving the hotel. Are you telling me I'm leaving the hotel?
This is not okay. Whatever you're doing.
I mean, now we're just making up stuff, right? The police officer has a left leg that's longer than his right leg. So that's why he leaned to the security guard first, and he was probably aggravated because his hips hurt, and that's why he brushed off the security guard.
It's not okay.
Okay.
Wait, we did nothing wrong. Like, I don't care what you say.
Hang on. Shh. Are you telling me I'm leaving the hotel?
Yeah,
I had no alcohol. I don't drink.
That has nothing to do with...
They don't even drink. They're allergic. Mariah's dad used to say that he was allergic to brown liquor, and he would get shit-faced drunk and do stupid shit and blame it on an allergy.
Whatever happens
tell me
tonight.
what does.
What that does is the hotel does not want you here.
Okay.
The hotel does not want you in their hotel. This is their property. It's like someone in your house and you don't want them to stay. They can't stay.
It doesn't matter, drunk, sober, you did nothing, you did everything. They're allowed to ask you to leave.
You're going to be getting your stuff in the room, and you're going to have to find another hotel.
Can you tell me right now, like what I did?
Whatever. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. They don't like your shirt.
Well, you're acting aggressive, and you're loud, and you're intoxicated. Okay.
I didn't drink.
Okay.
I don't drink.
Well, I smell it on your breath, so I don't know how alcohol got all over your breath.
I don't drink.
I smell so much, so I smell it.
I don't drink alcohol. I haven't in 15 years.
Your behavior in here is the reason they don't want you in here. You and your daughter's
15 years I've never drank.
That's fine.
So I need to know now.
What?
Yeah, I haven't drank in 15 years. We're going to go into a really big problem.
Well, you could.
Oh yeah, we're going to. I want to know now why you're telling me I can't.
Of course, the hotel does not want you on their property. The hotel does not want you here.
And it doesn't matter why.
If you used to leave, you and your daughter will go to jail. Okay, because they do not want you. This is their private property.
Is that the doorman? I guess it's like a tropical theme, maybe.
And I'm telling you, the best thing to do right now, we'll go get your stuff from your room, and there's a hotel across the street. You can stay there. If you refuse to, you will be.
I'm not going there. Sorry.
Okay, then you will be placed under.
But I want to know why. Because you know what? I didn't drink.
Okay.
I don't.
That has nothing to do with alcohol. This has nothing to do with you drinking.
But it's
this
so
has
weird.
nothing to do with you. This has.
But it must.
Well, it doesn't. It has to do with your behavior. It's nothing to do with drinking. I don't care if you drank for the last 15 years or not. When I got here, you were you were loud, you were yelling. When I got here, you're acting aggressive towards me, and I'm going to tell you, the hotel has a right to have you leave. And if you refuse, it's their property. If you refuse, you will be placed under arrest. Okay? That's all I can tell you.
I guess arrest me.
Yeah,
we're still with that.
I guess arrest me. What the fuck? Just go to a different hotel. I don't know why they always do that. I guess arrest. Are they calling their bluff? They think they won't be arrested? This happens all the time, especially with drunk people. I guess you got to arrest me then, because I refuse to go to a different hotel.
Hey, Jimmy,
You can't hurt my mom.
we're both going to go to... You know what? So the best thing to do...
Listen, I'm trying to just talk right now. He's trying to tell me that we have to leave and get another hotel room. Listen, I'm telling you right now, this could be really bad.
Okay. Okay, so let's try to get you guys another hotel.
No.
They want to get you guys
People at the hotel are
Whatever.
It's so sad for you.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
It's their risk. Hotel's right.
It's because the fucking people right there. Look at that fucking 4-eyed.
Shut up! It's not okay. I am not doing anything. I'm not going to move.
Okay, so
I'm not going to do anything. I'm sorry.
So listen. If they listen, so if
I'm not
they
moving
want you to
anywhere.
leave, you have to leave. That's all it is. If you don't leave, you have to go to jail.
Why are we paying so much money?
Well, so
I'm going to jail.
I'm going to jail.
You refuse to leave. We have no choice.
Are you Trump or what?
You get
It's all about the Trump.
we don't want to take.
You're both going to go into jail
Oh, it's because of the Trump or what? It's all about the Trump.
together. You're both going to go to jail.
That girl is the one that threw me on the floor. I don't get
Some threw her on the floor. Like,
Oh
really
my
bad.
God. That girl threw me on the floor.
Some threw her on the floor.
Sorry.
You're going to sit. You have to stand here and watch me. You can move away, please. This is the worst when people watch. Where this all start?
Now he's mad because people are watching. It's the worst when people just watch. You don't have to stand here and watch. And now he's going back to the security guard who he's a dick to earlier.
Oh, that's like the story.
Basically, they checked in. They went up to the wrong room. They're clearly intoxicated. So they went up to the wrong room.
Okay.
They don't have the key card because they were at the wrong room. So
You
they
just
couldn't
checked
get
it
inside the
today
room.
now. Just
Today,
now.
yes.
Okay.
They couldn't get into the room because obviously they were at the wrong room. Their key card wasn't working.
Okay.
They demanded and started screaming at our colleague saying, open the door, this is my room, it's registered under me.
What time this happened at? Just now? Or about what time?
In the past 20 minutes.
So they came in here, but they came in, they checked in, went to the wrong room, they got agitated, upset. Who went up there? They came back down here to tell, right? Is that where it happened at?
One of them did, yes.
So this happened in the lobby. Most of this stuff happened in the lobby.
No, it happened upstairs.
Who went up there?
Talia.
Who? Where's she at?
They hit Talia in the arm. They punched her in the arm. Then they yanked her arm and said, let's go. You're coming with me. The daughter said that. Yanked Talia's arm, said, you're coming with me. We're going to the lobby. Talia said, don't touch me. She got mad. She ran down to the lobby. She wasn't even walking. She was running. She ran down to the lobby. She started complaining to our RAM right here. Then she came back upstairs. When I went upstairs to talk to Mom.
So the mom's up there still, and
Yes, Mom did not want to come downstairs.
All right.
I'm upstairs talking to Mom. Mom
Okay.
is...
I think this is one of the hardest jobs that cops have to do. Like, it is so hard to get a coherent story, like, from start to finish. Every time you go to interview somebody, they start bouncing around with, like, this happened, or this happened, no, wait, that happened, and then just one person, the other person was here. Like, it's so hard to get this story worked out. It always is.
being very...
And they're just checking in now. They went up to the wrong room. They got pissed off. The one girl went up there, started having a fight with her, an argument up there with her. Like, where did all this assaulting happen? Upstairs?
No, so on the second floor, the daughter, right? Okay. Kicked me by the elevator.
Is that on video anywhere?
Should be, yes. Then down here on the lobby floor, lobby level, she kicked me again.
Okay. So she's like more the violent one. The other one's just a loudmouth.
Yes.
Okay.
The mom is just...
All right. Well,
they're both drunk.
Out of here. That's what you want. All right. What's going to happen is, you guys cannot stay here. You're going to be issued trespass warnings.
Wait a minute. You can...
I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. You can want me all you want. I'm talking slow and in English.
I'll just go inside right now.
You cannot go back in that hotel. You cannot go back in. Okay, this story is, the hotel is private property. They have the right to have you leave their property. This is private property.
I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong.
The hotel still has a right to deny you access to their hotel, to their property. And that's what they're doing. They do not want you here. They're going to get your stuff from the room, and they're going to ask you to leave. Okay? If you refuse to leave, I have no choice but the rest both of you.
I'm not leaving.
Okay?
Sorry, you know what?
Sorry.
I'm just not.
Is it the Trump? Is it all about the Trump?
Not either. We paid for this hotel. We did nothing wrong.
What are you doing?
They don't want you here. That's why.
Who? Democrats.
They have green hair.
Democrats who doesn't want you?
They have green hair. They have green hair.
Treated us like shit
Democrats
for no reason. It's just not...
Wait a minute. Democrats who doesn't want you?
I asked you before.
Democrats.
The Democrats. The Democrats don't want us here. Is that is Kamala in there?
I asked you before not to touch
I
me.
want to know who doesn't want us here.
I mean, we're just
Get on. Go get your phone right now. We're putting this on video right now. Hurry up.
You're not going back in the hotel.
I'm getting on.
I mean, I will. I don't give a... I will.
Okay.
I don't care if you arrest me.
I will. I don't give a fuck. I'll go back in there.
I don't give a... This is not fair. We're paying for this hotel.
Are you
We didn't do anything wrong.
Liberal Democrat.
Are Are you guys refusing to leave?
You're a liberal.
Are you,
No.
are
Yes.
you refusing to leave the property?
Yes.
Turn around, please.
No.
Turn around, please.
No.
She's trying to hold the handcuffs. No. Put him up, mister.
Don't.
No. No.
Turn around, please.
No.
Don't.
Help! That was such a fake fall, bro. Watch. Crawl. Help!
Get away.
Oh shit, she got back up to fight. It's the liberals. You work for the Clinton Foundation, sir? At least they're both tasting concrete together. It's like a bonding experience.
I don't care. It's my mom. It's my mom.
Give me the other hand. Give me the other hand.
I'll tell you all sit there. You sit there. You're watching that.
Give me the other hand.
She's screaming, take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture. A Polaroid!
Please take a picture. Help me. This is so messed up. Mom.
Get your feet. Get these side, hon. Let's go. Sit up.
Democrats. The liberals? You're the liberals? The liberals don't want us here? I saw someone with green hair.
Now, you hit me. You're going to another charge.
She already got the charge. She got a felony charge right here for hitting me.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, he punched me in the face. Okay? Get up.
Take a picture now. Somebody.
Stand up. Push it.
They can't vote. They won't be able to vote, but they'll be able to run for president.
Jimmy, play for another unit, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Oh my God. Help! Take a picture now. Mom! Take a picture now.
Stand up.
Mom! No. It's my mom.
Where's your mom?
I don't care. I won't leave her. I don't care. Take a picture now. You can hurt me. My mom. Hello. My mom.
You want to stand up? Stand up. Stand up.
Oh my God. Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ. What are the appropriate steps to take when this happens? Fucking big ones, dude. I'm getting the fuck away from this bitch.
Come on, get here. Yeah, you will. We're going to bring you to the car.
No, I don't want to get in the car. That's my mom. Please.
Stand up.
Somebody help
All right. Hear me out. Lay one of them on their back. They're never going to be able to roll over and get up. Right, probably the older lady. And 2 cops go pick up the younger one. Put her in the car, and then 2 cops go pick up the older one. Put her in the car.
Somebody help me now.
It's got to be a team effort.
You're sitting there looking at me.
Back up. We got back up.
Nothing.
I do think they were celebrating my birthday.
One at a time. Yeah, one at a time.
Clearly.
You did nothing wrong. I'll make sure they know that. You did nothing.
You're strong, you're brave, you're beautiful, and you did nothing wrong.
Mom. She did nothing wrong.
Watch step.
I'm perfectly fine. My mom. It's just. It's not not okay, and you two will be fucking
Get in.
read it for the goddamn truth.
Get in. Thank you.
They didn't pat anybody down.
Okay, we're gonna get you up. Camilo.
Look at you taping me, you.
Stop that. All right? Just let it stop and let it go now. It's okay. Whatever you said your piece already. You said your piece. Okay?
Rich, I got it.
She makes stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. All right. Stand up. You gotta stand up.
Put your feet on the ground, lady.
1, 2, 3. Get you up. Stand up.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
good.
Oh, my God.
Get them together.
Oh, my God. I'm throwing
screaming
in the
so
car.
much.
I am throwing in the car.
I'm thrown in the car. Speaking of liberals, one of my new favorite pastimes, if you guys ever get the chance, go to Twitter and check out like some liberal content creators, right? Some left-wing content creators, and then go in their comments. And all the time, there'll be these fucking retarded MAGA people asking Grok, the Twitter AI, to back up their point, and then Grok just fucking burns them down over and over and over and over because reality doesn't support their positions. It's hilarious. I'll show you one in a minute.
Intoxicated. They're refusing to leave. They didn't want him in the hotel because acting like this. They're assaulting people. Going to a daughter, and we tried 20 times to get him out of here. They refused to leave.
Yeah, it's a trespass, drunken disorderly. Did they hit you? This thing?
Yeah,
All right, go look.
they definitely hit both of us. I think.
The other one came back from grounded. Is this one combative still? So,
When I got here, no.
she can't do it. Okay, well, stop yelling.
There it is. Sarasota, you happy? Well, I'll back it up for you. You ready? Here it comes.
Is this one combative still? So,
When I got here, no.
If you can't breathe and you are screaming like that, what the fuck does it sound like when you're breathing?
okay, well, stop yelling. Stop yelling. Listen, what's your first name? You can talk, you can breathe. Look at me.
I swear to God right now.
My name's Pete. Take a deep
I don't drink alcohol. If somebody fucking lock me up in here. Listen,
Just take a deep breath, okay?
That's my favorite.
Pete, take a deep
I don't drink alcohol. If somebody fucking lock me up in here. Listen,
Just take a deep breath, okay? Stay in the car.
I'm telling you right now.
Get out.
No,
Listen,
I'm telling you. No, you're gonna listen to me. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
There's something big going on.
right.
I will not be treated like this ever.
Take a deep breath, okay? I'm letting you talk, right? Just talk. Take a deep breath. All right?
I was locked in here for a long time. Alcohol, I never happened.
Well, what happened tonight?
Nothing.
All right.
My daughter's with me right now. I mean, we did nothing wrong. Some idiot just, I don't know.
All right.
You know what?
Listen,
I honestly
listen, that's your daughter over there? So listen, I need you.
My daughter's with me, and listen,
Okay, so
my daughter had nothing to do with anything.
Listen, Monica, I'm right here. Just talk, right? I know tensions are high right now.
I can't get my hair out of my mouth. Do you get it?
No, I'm not going to touch your mouth.
Touch my friggin' get it out of my
Monica,
hurry.
just talk.
I can't.
So you match my tone, okay?
She can't.
No.
She can't.
I can't get my.
There's something big going on here.
You can talk.
The liberals.
Just talk to me, all right? Listen, we're talking like adults here. We're all adults, just the situation right now, okay? Thank you. Just take it easy. You're doing great
I'm not
now.
gonna take it easy.
You're doing a good job. You are taking it.
Is it because I'm a trumper?
I don't have...
Is it because I'm a Trumper? Huh? I'm a Trump humper. Yeah, is that it?
I don't know. Is that why y'all are upset with me?
Politics have nothing to do with anything. I'm not upset with you at all, okay?
But there's gonna be a really big problem right now because
Well, there's not.
if you don't get these things off my back, my husband, I swear to God, it's gonna be really bad. Like within 10 minutes, if these aren't off my
This was before the election, right? It was February of 2024.
back. I can't even breathe. I cannot pull.
breathe.
I
Just
can't
relax. It's
pull.
not meant to be
I can't
comfortable.
pull. I can't pull.
She hasn't been searched yet at all? And what about this one?
I'm not a derelict. I never did anything
Well,
wrong.
listen.
You're gonna get out of charge. You don't get in the car. Right? Sit down. Sit down, okay? Thank you. All right.
Y'all are awful. You're getting sued. I will sue you.
All right.
I don't give a you too, Mr.
Hey.
I can't breathe.
All right, I can roll.
Hurry! Hurry! I'm serious. I'm so I can't breathe.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my God, no! I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
The window's open.
All right. Raise your legs and your legs.
Let's get back in the car. Okay?
I'm not getting in the car. I'm going to say I'm right here. Take this thing off my wrist.
They should. I mean, I guess they took her out to search her. Once he's searched, don't ever get her back out of the car again. It'll just be a fight to get it. It's like some fucking like ray of hope, and they think they're not going back in the car. Even if you tell them like we're gonna get you out and search you and put you back in the car, doesn't matter. In their mind, they're free now.
Hurting really bad.
Monica, we're going to ask
I'm going to tell you right now to take this thing off my wrist now.
Let's get
I'm
in the
going to
car.
tell you.
You can either do it like a woman,
Okay, listen.
adult, or we're going to put you in the car. Okay?
Yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah, so let's
Not
get
a
in-
man.
Okay, so let's get in the car then.
Okay, can I just tell you real quick?
You can tell me as you
Okay,
get in the
listen.
car. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. Take this thing off my...
It's not coming off, okay? Consequences. Let's get in the car. You sit butt first, okay?
We're trying to make it easy for you. We're trying to make it easy for you.
Wait a minute. Did you grow up at like a... I mean, you're not going to take this off my... Wait!
Come on.
Don't push... Ow! Don't push me!
She thought the handcuffs were coming off for some reason.
Your daughter, right?
Why?
Let's get in the car.
Now, have a seat.
Listen,
We're not going to tell you again.
Please take it off now. Take it off. I don't care. Take it off. No. I'm not going to take it off. No. Take it off now.
You have to
I'm not a criminal.
You have
Lift up your feet. No one's doing anything.
Because I'm a Trumper.
This is turning me right here.
Lean back into the car.
Get in there.
It's the same thing with Christians, right? Christians are always being persecuted. Always. Doesn't matter where they live, where they're from. If they live in my county and there's like fucking one church for every 3 people in the county, they're persecuted. They're under attack.
Let's go.
Ow! This thing in my back.
Listen, slide yourself back or it's going to be painful. Slide yourself back. Slide yourself back.
Down. You're going to get additional charges of resisting with that, okay? Lift up your feet and slide them in the car.
I'm telling
Enough
you.
of this, okay?
I'm telling you right now.
I don't care what you're telling you. Your words mean nothing right now.
Listen.
Nicole, can you try and lift up her feet?
No, I'm telling you to take this off my
Yeah, I know.
It hurts.
Okay, Lord. Seatbelt chain.
Oh my God.
Push her in.
Ball gags.
All right. Free ride. All right.
How you know?
Does she batter anybody? Do you have any other...
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Richie's finding out what's going on in there. Take your one foot out. Bring your foot out. Bring one foot at a time. Monty, bring your foot out. What?
I'm in so much pain.
Okay, no, one foot at a time. I'll help you. Come on. Come on.
No, you're in big trouble. I'm telling you right now. You're in huge trouble.
Okay.
You messed with the wrong person.
All right, I'm sorry. Walk this way, please.
Don't act like I'm a criminal.
Okay.
I need to get the hair in my mouth, please.
Okay. Well, when you uncuff you, you'll get your hair in your mouth, okay?
We got a big problem. If I'm not with her, I'm telling you right now.
You're with her right there.
Just look at me right now. If I'm not with her in 1 second, calm down. We got a big problem. I know you're with me. I know you are.
We're here to help.
I know you are.
Listen.
I'm just telling you right now.
Okay. Well, you're going to stay in there. She's going to stay in there. Okay? That's how it's going to be for now, right? You're going to be here for about an hour, okay? So if you just got to be calm. And then,
People were like yelling at us for no reason. We're just sitting there like we just got here.
right. I understand, but something happened down there. Something happened down there to have you in here. I wasn't there, so I can't tell you. I can't. But like I said, I'm letting you know. Everything's being recorded, so. Okay. Ellie, you said you were going to be calm. What's that? You're hurt? What'd you say? You said you were going to be calm. That's your prerogative. That's fine.
Scared she is. That's my mom.
She doesn't look scared. You look scared. Just calm down.
Damn.
There's nothing you can do at this point. There's a bathroom there. There's a bathroom right there. Okay? I'm going to close this, all right?
I'm gonna go.
All right. She said she's got to go to the bathroom, so I'll close it. All right?
You have the right to the presence of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during
Everything's a no
any
to me.
question.
Yeah, everything's a no.
If you cannot afford a lawyer, you are entitled to the presence of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any questioning.
Yeah, everything's a no.
If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer my questions,
This
you
is all
are
nonsense.
privileged to remain silent.
No, I want to go home. This is nonsense.
I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement.
This is all like the Biden stuff. I want to go home.
Any statement can
It's all the Biden stuff, guys. I want to go home. Don't read me the Biden stuff.
And it
Is this
will.
like a Democratic thing?
Any statement
No,
can
seriously,
and
it's so
will.
weird. What's going on? Can you tell me?
Yes, you are under arrest.
But for what? What'd I do?
Trespassing and resisting arrest. The four seasons. They asked you to leave numerous times, and you said you would not leave. Both you and your daughter would not leave. The officers gave you an order to leave the hotel, and you refused to leave the hotel. And that's where we're at. So the officer's going to do paperwork.
They literally said multiple times, "We're not leaving. Arrest us." And they're like, "Why am I here? You got me on some Biden charges?"
Take you over to the county jail. We're going to book you into the jail, and then you're going to be released.
We did nothing wrong. Look, hello. Don't do it. Hello. I saw stainless.
It just keeps going. Now.
Okay.
It's not even legal, guys. It's not legal.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, you open the door now. Tell me, I don't care. Tell me, open the door.
I'm telling you right now, this isn't legal. What are you? What are you, Biden's people? Is it because I'm a Trumper?
He's being paid by Soros. Both of them are. This guy right here and this guy right here being paid by Soros. Soros. Mom. Soros. You're right. Soros. Mom. Soros.
You're George Soros. You guys are with Soros? You're the Soros guys? This is the Biden people, the Soros guys? I'm a Trumper.
You're being paid from Soros. Yeah. I already have pictures of my leg that they call me all over.
Yeah, but then later on.
I'm bruised. We did nothing wrong. They called me up. Yeah. We did nothing wrong. They stopped. What y'all trying to do here? Do that. Hey, tell me what you're trying to do.
Just calm down so we can get this out. You can
I want to know what you're trying to do. You come here right now. So what you're trying to do. Here. Tell me right now what you're doing. Jesus Christ will cause be quiet about these guys. They're dead.
The mother was charged with resisting arrest with violence, intoxication, battery on a law enforcement officer,
there's Soros,
trespassing. The daughter was charged with trespassing, resisting arrest without violence, and disorderly intoxication. Share your thoughts below and remember to like and subscribe for more videos.
Damn. That was intense, dude. All right, let me show you, before we go to the other video, let me show you what I'm talking about on Twitter. I think I got a notification from it. Yeah, okay. So here's one. So this guy that I follow on Twitter, his name is Agent Self FBI. Okay. And RetroAgent 12, at RetroAgent 12. And it says, well, it's official. The most corrupt administration to ever hold office just accepted a $400 million gift from Qatar. He sold you out. This won't make it into the presidential fleet. It's quid pro quo and Trump's personal trophy. Had this been any Democrat, you idiots would have lost your goddamn minds. We both know it, but you're going to bend over backwards coming into my comments to defend it because you're fucking sycophants. And it says U.S. officially accepts luxury jet from Qatar to use as Air Force One, Department of Defense says. Now, cut to Christopher Barnett. At Grok, has any of the U.S. aid provided to Ukraine gone to President Zelensky's security? Grok. There's no public evidence specifying U.S. aid directly funding Zelensky's personal security. Over $175 billion in U.S. aid since 2022 supports Ukraine's defense, economy, and humanitarian needs, likely indirectly protecting Zelensky, protecting leadership through national security measures. Oversight reports from the GAO and DOD show no widespread misuse, but isolated corruption cases in Ukraine raise transparency concerns. Specifics on Zelensky's security funding remain unclear. Answer my question, Grok. There is no public evidence that U.S. aid to Ukraine exceeding $175 billion since 2022 has been used for President Zelensky's personal security. The aid primarily supports military defense, economic stability, and humanitarian efforts. Oversight mechanisms, like the Ukraine Oversight Interagency Working Group, ensure funds are used as intended, with no reported misuse for presidential security. While general security aid could indirectly enhance national protection, potentially benefiting Zelensky, this is speculative and unconfirmed. Concerns about corruption in Ukraine exist, but no specific allegations tie U.S. aid to Zelensky's security. I don't know what world they live in that they think that they're going to throw out a conspiracy theory like Zelensky's taking all the money for his private security, and then they're going to ask Grok, and Grok is going to back them up. What fucking world do these people live in? Over and over and over and over and over again. They're like, Grok, help me out here. And Grok's like, no, fuck you. You're retarded. Just why all the time? I don't understand it. It's become one of my favorite pastimes. I need to grab some more links because they're fucking hilarious ones. Fucking hilarious ones. Or somebody needs to start a page. Right wing L's delivered by Grok or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing, but obviously it doesn't support their bullshit. And I see it probably 10 times a day. I should grab more links. All right, let's go to this other video. These videos, I think, are fake. You be the judge. I'm just going to let it play. You be the judge, see if you notice anything weird in some of these videos. Well, I guess you can't be the judge because she's the judge. But here.
141, thank you.
Hey, good morning.
It's a nice car.
Oh yeah, well, you know, in 2025, women can drive nice cars, you know.
And this is your car?
Yes, obviously it is.
Absolutely, there's not a huge chunk of money that went to Ukraine that's lost. That's a conspiracy theory that's unfounded.
What are you doing in this neighborhood?
Go ask Grok.
You live in this neighborhood. And this is your car.
Surprised that
Just not adding up.
it's not adding up. What are you adding up?
Are there any firearms, illegal contraband, drugs in this vehicle I need to be made aware of?
That would be a no.
So Grok had this weird update. Somebody just said, didn't Grok briefly deny the Holocaust? Grok had this weird update that people were they were asking Grok like, hey, like stuff that didn't even have to do with the Holocaust. Like, hey, you know, who won the Masters in 2003? And Grok would give them an answer. Then below that, it would say that some people, it was just really weird. It was an update that was pushed. And if you asked it if it was part of its update, it would say, yes, it appears I have been updated. It was such a weird thing that was going on only for like a few hours one day. No, it wasn't the Holocaust. It was the white genocide. Hold on. Maybe it's the white genocide. Let me see if I can find like a South African white genocide. It did have a Holocaust problem, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so someone said, why exactly are the switching costs high for enterprise software? Can you explain to me like I'm a 10-year-old? So someone's asking like, hey, why are the costs so high when you're switching like software on a huge company, right? Grok says, switching enterprise software is hard, like swapping your favorite Lego castle for wooden blocks. You must move all your data, which is tricky and costly. Employees need to learn new ways to work, learning a new game. The software is customized to fit your company, so changing it means rebuilding everything. Contracts and special formats can lock you in, making it tough to switch without spending a lot of time and money. That's a perfectly acceptable answer right there, right? Then it says, I'm unsure about the South African claims as evidence is conflicting. Courts and analysis deny white genocide, but some groups insist it's real. Kill the Boer is debated. And no one even asked about that, Grok. Why the fuck is that like, what is going on? Someone says, it looks like you're talking about the moment during a WWE match where Shawn Michaels pulled down Edge's wrestling trunks. In the video, Shawn Michaels indeed pulls down Edge's pants during a move, exposing his backside briefly before Edge pulls them back up. Randy Orton, who, and then it goes on. And then someone says, at Grok, do you have any additional info? And Grok responds, the Kill the Boer chant is divisive issue in South Africa. Some view, like, it has nothing to do. This was just like a few hours of one day that it was randomly just going off when asked completely different questions. And then people were asking it like, is this because of program update? And it was like, yes, it does appear that I've been updated to blah, blah, blah. It was so weird. Anyways, I'll let you finish watching this fake video.
Well, you hesitated.
Because...
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I don't know why you would even think that there would be any contraband. So what is it about my night?
You said, isn't there a huge chunk of the money that was given to Ukraine that's lost? I said, no, that's a conspiracy theory. Then you went on to the Pentagon audit. We sent them very, very little cash. Almost all of it was supplies. Humanitarian aid, military aid, vehicles, fucking missiles, tanks, aircraft. No, it's not missing.
This car or me that would suggest that I had those things.
Well, you were driving very suspiciously. That's why I pulled you over. The speed limit's 35 and you were doing 30. So that makes me question a lot.
So it claims it was doing 30 and a 35.
I was like, we got slowed down to break or maybe make a turn or something. Suspicious.
I think you saw me and got nervous.
Surprise. Really? What would make me nervous?
If you're hiding something, obviously. License and registration, please.
Okay, that's what I was waiting on you to ask. So.
The title is Cop Pulls Over Black Judge Lives to Regret It.
It's my license. Probably should have asked that before you assumed it.
Ma'am, I'll ask the questions, okay? And this vehicle's registered to you.
Did I just give you those documents?
You people always want to argue and make things way more difficult than they have to be. I just asked you a question.
But RageBait does so well. This has over 1 million views.
All you have to do is answer. You know what, man? Just stay right here. I'll be back.
You people always have something to say back to us. You people always have an attitude. And there are people that are clipping up little segments of this and posting on TikTok, of course. It's fake. It's got to be fake. I'll show you in a minute why. You remember that video, those videos we watched that were doing really well on TikTok, and they always use the same classroom or the same restaurant and the same actors. There's always the same actors.
Ma'am, here's your registration, your license. And there's your citation.
The citation for?
I just told you.
So you gave me
Reckless driving, endangering those around you. You're going too slow.
5 miles
Notice they're in like a business parking lot too. They're not on the road.
less than the, okay. And I endanger people? Okay, but too slow. Okay, and you know, power doesn't come in a uniform. It really comes from, you know.
That's an interesting statement, ma'am. And what I do know is I have not searched this entire vehicle.
They know it pays. They know it gets some views because they're paying to rent this cop car, right? They're probably paying an editor. They're doing all this and putting it out. They know that this RageBait is good for views. He takes out a nightstick, covers his body camera. But listen, this broken taillight that he's going to do is the audio's dubbed over. Listen.
And what I do know is I have not searched this entire vehicle.
Does that sound like breaking a taillight with a fucking nightstick?
Hey!
You have a broken taillight, ma'am. That's another citation.
What are you doing?
It's illegal to be driving around with a broken
And by the way, a judge doesn't wear their robes home.
taillight.
Yeah, after you broke it.
I did not break it. I'm trying to keep the
You
speed safe.
actually, are you kidding me? You know what? Intentional damage, intentional property damage is a misdemeanor. You want me to read you the statute?
Why are you dressed like that? Why are you wearing a robe?
Surprise, judge.
I'm not a judge. I'm a police officer.
Not you, me. How about that?
You're a judge.
No, I just wear this robe because I have nothing else to do.
Well, you don't act like a judge, and you definitely don't look like a judge.
Yeah, what do they look
Yeah, they leave their robes in their chamber, right? They just show up and change in their chambers.
Not you.
Oh, not me? What do they look like? I don't look like a judge? Well, guess what? I am one.
I have announced at least 10 times that this video's fake.
And I'm on my way to work now. But you know what? I've
This seems fake.
sentenced more men.
It does.
Discipline you. You'll be standing when I walk in court. Surprise.
Ma'am, why didn't you just lead with telling me that you were a judge? All you had to do was tell me you were a judge.
I didn't have to tell you nothing. You treat every citizen with respect.
I do. I'm just
I don't apologize. I prefer the outs, to be honest with you.
doing my job.
That's what it'd make if I was a judge. What difference? You still didn't have the right to break my tail light, and then you give me a citation? I'll see you in court.
1019. Man, the station's calling me.
And then, look, some fucking business just drives by. Who was that, by the way? They're in their parking lot. Keller.
Get home safely. We'll just settle this with a warning, okay? You need to get your taillight fixed.
You already wrote her a ticket. What do you mean you settled this with a warning?
It's not safe to be driving like that, and please just drive the speed.
By the way, taillight's not broken. Remember the audio of him pulling out the nightstick? Taillight's not broken.
On it.
The door looks like a seal for a city in Florida. I can't remember what it was. I looked this seal up, but it's got the wrong city name on it. It looks like they took one city's name. They call it Sunny Springs. It looks like they took one city's seal and then changed the name. Sunny Springs, Florida. I geolocated this. It's in Miami, not Sunny Springs. The judge promptly filed a complaint to the officer's department. They try to make it real, right? 3 people total have sent me this video. Officer was immediately suspended once his supervisors pulled the body cam footage. The judge was right about a lot of things, but one thing was for sure. The officer was standing when she walked into her courtroom. Now, check this out. If we go to the channel and go to their videos, they film multiple of these videos in the same parking lot. Pulled from the meter maid's body cam. You notice the same buildings in the back.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
This one's only got 5,000 views, probably because it's not got as salacious of a title. Police officer confronts parking police over ticket. I've seen this one on Twitter, I think. He's like, the meter maid can't write me a ticket because I'm a cop.
I'm giving you a ticket.
Basically.
For what?
For one, you're parked illegally, and 2, your lights aren't on.
You can clearly see I'm a police officer. I'm here on official police business.
What does that mean?
Because I'm on police business. I can park wherever I want.
No, you're parked illegally. You don't have your lights on. How are you at a call? Your lights aren't on.
They don't always need to be on.
Well, that is true. They don't always have to be on for them to be on official business.
When did that happen?
Why would my lights need to be on?
Because you said you were at a call.
It could be the judge.
Police business.
No, you said you got a call.
New boot goofing.
I was on official police business.
What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. Official police business.
Okay, sir. Just let me do my job, okay?
You're not giving me a ticket.
Yes, I am.
You're not. You can't do. I'm clearly a police officer. We're on the same side.
You're parked illegally. That does not give you a right because you're a police officer to park illegally.
Ma'am, I was on official police business.
I understand what you're saying, but you are parked illegally. Your lights aren't on. When you're at official police business, your lights are supposed to be on.
Look, I get this little power trip you're on. I don't know what you went through.
How funny would it be if these are actual cops on their days off and they're like, well, social media pays better.
Doing my job.
You here now that you have this little bit of power, you think you're exercising on it? But I promise you're exercising it on the wrong person. Okay?
I'm just doing my job.
You're not doing your job. If you were doing your job, you would have left the police car alone. Clearly, I'm a police officer. Clearly, this is a police car. You have no reason to be issuing me a ticket.
Okay. You're getting a ticket. Anything else I can do for you?
Oh, there's a lot that's going to transpire from this. I promise.
Okay, sir. Have a nice day.
Uh-oh. He's back. She's black.
I just got a call over the radio. Suspect impersonating a parking enforcement officer. Sound familiar?
No, you didn't.
What have you really been up to?
I'm working.
Working.
So all she did, I don't know how much time supposedly has lapsed, but let's check the body cam. 19:10, 18:50. So like 15 minutes have passed. She walked in the parking lot through the gate, and he pulls over there to arrest her. He just got a call.
Sound familiar?
No, you didn't.
What have you really been up to?
I'm working.
Working.
Like
weapon?
you're doing.
You see this? Is a weapon?
Oh, this one's real, I can tell.
Hey, like, you precious computer now.
Okay, was that necessary?
Absolutely. Impersonating a law enforcement officer is a big problem.
You are ridiculous.
Hey, do not touch that.
What are you going to do?
You have any more weapons on you?
No, I don't.
Where are you coming from? What's really going on with you?
I'm working. I'm a parking meter.
What were you doing?
Writing tickets. You know because you got one.
You've got one more chance to tell me the truth.
Can't you see?
100% ostrich, 4 easy pace minutes.
Fake machine as far as I'm concerned. And you're a fake enforcement.
Whatever. What do you want?
I want to know what
now
you're up
I'm
to.
going to get in trouble for you breaking my machine. Now you want to come and harass me because you're mad.
It might be the judge.
Do my job, and I'm going to do it well.
When I'm on official police business, yes.
You were not on police business. You're probably
You were just parked right here. We can still see the signs. You were just parked right there.
seeing your girlfriend.
Just like you're not a real parking enforcement officer.
I look more like one than you do, and I have the proof.
The proof? There's no proof. That's
tickets.
a fake machine.
Those are tickets. Pick them up and look at them.
I'm not picking anything up.
I want to know why you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm simply responding to a call. I don't think it's coincidence that as soon as I go to leave, I get a call that you're impersonating a park.
Look how long her ticket paper is, dude. It's all the way out of the road.
Exactly. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think you're not.
Anybody that's a real parking enforcement officer, not touch that.
What are you going to do? Shoot me? What are you going to do? Shoot me? I'm trying to do my job. Let me do my job. Let me take my machine in, show it to my boss, and get a new one. Leave me.
Anything you say can and will be used. Idea. Turn around.
For what?
Turn around.
For what?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Perfect.
For
you have the right
what?
to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
You are nuts. You're nuts. You are nuts.
I don't know what this weird static is. The green static.
We will see.
Wow, I can't believe this shit. You're bashed for this. I mean it. Like, oh my
I don't think that's the judge.
God, this is ridiculous. Sir, you're not here.
Could be. There's another one that's in the exact same area, exact same parking lot. There's the same building. Oh my God. Wait. Cop slaps arrogant prince in Ferrari and gets suspended. 142,000 views. Same place, Miller Machinery and Supply.
The parking lot.
He's gonna pull over here in the gravel driveway. They try to make it semi-realistic, right? I got me one of them Arabs. I think I've seen this one on Twitter too. Damn.
Sir, can you put the window down? You don't know how to do it? Is it a rental or what? You think this is rental? I don't know. They didn't teach you how to do it at the rental shop? So it's not a rental. Okay. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, sir. Why? Because you're driving and you're blowing your exhaust out on this road for no reason. What do you mean where? 30 seconds ago. That is absolutely false. Oh my God. Everything is on body cam, but I don't have time. Give me
everything.
Sir, I don't have license. I'm from United Arab Emirates. You realize you need a license to drive in the state, right? That's me. Why not? Diplomatic immunity. Do you? Okay. Do you have anything to prove that? I don't have it on me. I mean, shouldn't you have that on you if you're driving around with diplomatic immunity? I don't know what to tell you. Driving like asshole? I do not appreciate the phone, by the way. All right, well, I'm running this traffic stop, all right? Take a look at this car. How do you afford this car? You one of these like Bitcoin kids? Brother, look the way I'm dressed.
You a Bitcoin kid?
All the time like this.
Were you a Bitcoin kid?
Everywhere, every day. Sure you do. Stay in the car. You're a student driver? Do you have your learner's permit? Sir, it's just a joke sticker.
Dude, these are like so fucking cringy and insane. Like what the fuck do you? How do they make these up? Where do they get these? Where do they get these ideas from? But they get views. So I don't know. I mean, like they get views, they're getting money off of it, they're monetized. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? They get it from somewhere, and it goes viral, dude. I see them all the time clipped on TikTok and Twitter.
What's the joke about it? I don't understand. Because I'm young, rich. Okay. You got any paperwork I can take a look at? Let me do it.
I don't think his band on his kafia is right, but whatever.
You should suffice. It wouldn't hurt to get a car wash. You got a fucking car that's expensive there, bud. It doesn't hurt, but you never know these days with the rain. It's not good. Sit tight, all right?
He's the judge now. I will call you right back. This piece of shit came back to the car. They have it translated subtitles on the body cam.
Focus his attitude. The attitude is the car is not yours, it's your father's. No, it's not. Well, that's what comes back in our system. It doesn't matter.
Let's see what the comments say. I hate and love both these guys. Laugh out loud. This interaction rules. This really should be flagged, noted as parody. The prince was right, though, that the officer had no reason to speak to him the way he did. I'm Arab. I call bullshit on this video. You cannot even afford the maintenance package on this car. You people can't tell the truth from fiction anymore. For those who think this is real, you've been fooled. There's no way this is real. Pulled over in an alley. Cop car has no decals. I highly doubt you're going to catch a prince with diplomatic immunity by himself like that. To be honest, both of them have a rude attitude, but the cop insulted him first, so I don't know who's right. Like, some people believe it. Enough people believe it to fucking watch it, I guess.
How do I know you're okay to drive it?
150,000 views on it.
Yeah, I'm serious.
First of all, I do not appreciate that. Okay. You've already checked. I do have to my community. I don't need to follow any of these laws that your country has.
Don't you think you should, though? You know, you're driving around like an asshole. What if you hurt somebody?
Okay, they get hurt.
God, I would love to arrest you, to be completely honest with you.
Oh, sorry, you can't. It's the beauty of the community.
Anyways, they're fake, but just know they're out there. Like I said, people keep sending them to me. I keep seeing clips of them. They're out there. I want to hear this. Trump refusing to talk about the assassination attempts. He won't talk about it.
Trump. Putin doesn't go to Turkey. You thought about going if he was going.
Well, I had a problem. I mean, I consider the Middle East very important. And I had a problem because Thursday I was going to be UAE, okay? And which is where I am now. We're going to be leaving in a few hours and I have another couple of stops. It's a pretty grueling schedule. A lot of people said, how the hell do you do it?
By the way, how the hell do you do it?
I don't know. I think it's...
Wait, the question was about Putin not showing up, not you.
It's good genetics. I had a father who was very strong, and I had a mother who was very strong. They lived to ripe old ages, and they were great people. And it's meeting after meeting. And not only that, it's speech after speech. It's not like big ones. Like last night, if you look, he got up and made a beautiful speech. Mohammed, he got up and made a beautiful speech. I wasn't told I even had a speech to make. So I had to make a speech off the cuff. Do you think Biden could do that? I don't think so. Actually, it was a pretty good speech. I looked at it. It was pretty good. I didn't know I was doing it. So, but, you know, it's meeting after meeting with the highest level people. These are great people. They love us again. They were not feeling love at all. They were going to China. They're not going to China anymore.
You were going to go to Turkey. Putin doesn't show. Zelensky shows.
No, I was never scheduled to go.
No, you weren't scheduled, but you were talking about maybe you would go if it all came together.
But I tell you what,
so what do you
I would not have wanted to disappoint UAE because that was my stop. And if I went to Turkey, I couldn't go here. And it would have been very hard for me to say I'm not doing it.
On the substance, what do you think is going through Putin's mind? You said get to the table. You said stop bombing. He hasn't stopped bombing. He's not at the table. And
do you think he's going to take a tougher stance on Putin?
What do you think is
happening? Well, he is at the table, and he wanted this meeting.
Of course he's not. Hell no.
A meeting without me, because I don't think a deal is going to get through. There's a lot of hatred on both sides. I have a very good relationship with Putin. I think we'll make a deal. We have to get together, and I think we'll probably schedule it. Because I'm tired of having other people go and meet and everything else. And with that,
he's already backed off this, saying he won't be there, and it's going to happen at the fucking the Pope's going to host it at the Vatican.
He said, I think Steve Witkoff has done an incredible job, but it's a very tough job, and it's a job that because of position that I think I'm the only one that's going to be able to do that one, and I think we'll do it fast too. I think Putin is tired of this whole thing. He's not looking good, and he wants to look good. Don't forget, this was supposed to end in 1 week. And if
he wants to look good, chat.
Stuck in the mud with his army tanks all over the place, they would have been in Kiev in about 5 hours. And who gave the javelins? Do you remember who gave the javelins? Was it Barack Hussein Obama? No, it was Donald Trump gave the javelins.
Do you think
Barack Hussein Obama?
Putin now the obstacle to peace in your mind?
Look, I had a real rough session with Zelensky because I didn't like what he said. He was not making it easy. And I always said he doesn't have the cards. And he doesn't have the cards. And, I'm being honest. He doesn't have the cards. You're dealing with a massive army, and you're dealing with somebody that's brave that had great equipment.
But I haven't seen you get personal on True So.
Again, this is a softball, right? The guy is fucking tossing you a soft. Just say, hey, yeah, he's got to do better, right? He's not doing good right now. He's got to do better. I hate Zelensky. Zelensky said mean things.
Social, you said, Vladimir, stop. He hasn't stopped. And you had once said that maybe you need to look at other things like sanctions or banking.
Okay, so
because maybe they need to be pressured in a different way.
And I'll be doing that if
do you think that
I don't want to see 5,000 people. Outside of the money, which is a big deal, but the money is the money. The money we can make up. I can make up the money on one trip like this. Okay? I mean, think of it. This trip, I made 12 times the money that we're talking about. I made that money in a
highly debated, right?
few days. I've always been good with
it's not
money.
about the money, it's about pressuring Putin, right? I mean,
No, but I've always been good with money. I make money. I made in 4 days, I made 12 times what we spent in Ukraine. So the money...
It seems like Trump goes to other wealthy world leaders and says, why don't you invest $1 trillion? And they're like, well, if there's a deal and it got approved and we had documents and you come up with something, yeah, I guess we could do that. And he's like, $1 trillion deal. We got it, baby.
Money.
Put it in the books.
Bothered me. I hated to see the way it was.
What did he claim? $945 billion with Saudi Arabia back in his first term. He claimed he did a $945 billion deal with Saudi Arabia, and I think they ended up spending like $40 billion through regular transactions, like normal, like they always do. They actually gave less to Trump in his first term than they spent with Obama in his first term. Not that Obama did anything special. It was just money that they spent buying shit from the U.S.
Excuse me, pissed away. I hated to see the checks were sent for 60.
Dude, that is a tumor, by the way. Your bald spot shouldn't be above your hairline.
$1 billion every time Zelensky. I think he's the greatest salesman in the world, far better than me. Zelensky, he comes to Washington, he walks out with $100 billion every time he came. $100 billion, $100 billion. Now his abilities were shrinking because the last time...
Billions and billions.
But Congress is very upset about it. They're saying, where is all this money going? And I'm focused on we sent checks. We don't know. We sent just checks. We sent just cash. Where is it? The Europeans have been very badly
That's absolutely not true.
hurt by this. They spent a lot of money also. They spent $100 billion. We spent $350.
The only time that they get actual cash, which is a very, very small amount of it, I think it was like 1.5% or some shit, is when it's already earmarked for something else that we cannot provide for them, right? We want to give them aid to buy this from Turkey or this from Australia, and sometimes we send it directly to the country. Sometimes we send it by way of Ukraine, but it's already earmarked and verified after it's spent. So it would be an incredible conspiracy to think that like the money went here and like 9 people signed off on it getting spent and none of them actually spent it, right?
50. It shouldn't be that. It should have been
from multiple countries.
They have not been treated. They have not been treated right by anybody. This is a war that they're, spending a lot of money on. We've been treated worse than them because we had a very stupid person as a president. And if I can solve that problem, and it's a bad problem, because I will tell you, Putin, it was the apple of his eye. He never would have done it if I were president. Never ever would have done it. 100%. I think most people, actually even Democrats say that.
Remember, the question was, would you consider putting sanctions on Russia? The apple of his eye. The forbidden fruit, I like to say.
It wouldn't have happened. But we inherited a mess, okay? I think it's going to get solved. But you know that Putin wanted the whole thing. He didn't want a peace. He didn't want a junk. He wanted the whole thing. Somebody said, well, what do we get out of it in terms of, let's say, Ukraine?
Right.
You know what they get out of it? A large...
Robertson 81 gifted Demeter Dixon a subscription.
Thank you for the gifted sub.
A tier 1 sub to Demeter Dixon. They have given 54 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
large portion of the country.
It's just Senator Lindsey Graham has 73 co-sponsors on this bill to sanction Russian oil and anybody who buys Russian oil. He's making the pitch for the bill saying why should China get the benefit of cheap oil from Russia as Putin continues the war.
I like seeing the Bradleys. I was a Cav Scout, so the Bradleys have a special place in my heart. I like seeing the Bradleys over in Ukraine kicking ass.
At some point, there has to be leverage on Putin, and I assume that you've talked about that.
Nobody uses leverage better than me. Look what I did to Iran. Look
so
what
it's changing.
It's not changing. I always had that. I will use that if I have to. I'd rather not use that. By the way, that's a big deal. I just put it on Venezuela. It's secondary sanctions, it's called. And I just did it with Venezuela.
And you could do it with Iran, too.
I just did it with Iran. It's basically if you buy oil from Iran, you can't do business with the United States. And you see the ships just leaving that port. You know, in Venezuela, it was amazing.
Why not do it with Russia?
You had to see. Well, I will. If I do, honestly, I will. If we're not going to make a deal, we're going to see whether or not this is Turkey time. You know, this is now we're talking Turkey, and we'll see what happens. That would be crushing for Russia because they're having a hard time now with the economy. Oil prices are low. You know,
it would change the dynamic.
Okay, so but he's incompetent. He doesn't want to see the war because, you know, everything he said was wrong. The way he talked about Putin, the way he said the threats, I mean, it's just wrong. But here's what was really...
He didn't threaten anybody. He said that you don't have Russian pressure on you right now because there's a giant ocean between you. But eventually, they run over Ukraine, they run over Europe, then you will feel pressure from Russia. Direct threat pressure.
Really wrong. He let oil go from $65 to $100.
And Trump's like, don't tell me what I'm going to feel. I feel nothing.
Putin was making a fortune. Now I have oil down, so nobody's making a fortune anymore. And it's going to go down further because I'm baby drill, you know. He closed up everything, and then he opened it. You know, what people don't realize, they said, oh, no, he closed it up, and it drove oil through the roof. And then he said, go back to Trump, go back to Trump. In other words, go back to what I was doing. And he didn't, but they did to
another drop.
All the way. And I would have been double that by that time. But he didn't go all the way. And
another drop.
The oil price is up. And
we're down to before Trump took office.
With the former FBI director, James Comey.
I did. I just saw it on the news.
Let me log in.
Showing 8647 in the sand, saying cool shell formation on a beach walk. Your director of national intelligence was asked about it last night, and she said this.
Whatever James Comey intent, he and people like him need to be held to account according to the law, which is something that he claims to have given his...
We're down lower in U.S. rig counts than when Trump took office. It just surpassed it today. Let's see. When he took office, trying to find the closest one to him, 587. We're down 566 now. We're down in rig count. I guess we could use total over here. 613 to 600 if you do everything. We're negative in rig count. What is this drill, baby, drill? How do we have less fucking rigs now? Why? Because he convinced OPEC Plus to produce 400,000 more barrels a day. Again, the same thing he did in 2016 when he shuttered the fucking oil market. And yes, that means cheap gas at the pumps. Eventually, it takes time to catch up. It does mean cheap gas at the pumps. But at what cost? Because when they snap their fingers and turn off those 400,000 extra barrels a day, our plants and our rigs don't just open up the same day. Some plants, it takes years to get back running.
Life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do.
Do you?
So
86-47.
I saw that this morning. You know, there's a big time gap. And he knew exactly what that meant. A child knows what that meant. If you're the FBI director.
So,
when the White House says this will
hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. So I made a TikTok about this, and I've been trolling people in the comments, and I don't think they get it. Hold on. I don't think they get the comments. This one was pretty funny. Hold on.
Kind of funny all these liberals claim that they love immigrants, but they hate Donald Trump. Really? He's the real immigrant lover. A portion of his wives, a portion of the porn stars, and a large portion of the Miss Teen pageant contestants that he slept with, all immigrants, okay? What are you doing, crying about immigrants? You're on the internet crying about immigrants? Yeah, how about you try loving the immigrants? Love the immigrants. Grab the immigrants by their immigrant pussy. Kind of funny all these...
Grab them by their immigrant pussies. But that's not what I'm talking about. Where is... Oh, here.
Listen, liberals, snowflakes, if you say something mean about the president, you go to jail. That's how it works, okay? Okay? You keep talking all your crap about the president, you're going to jail. And you'll be lucky if the jail's in America. We might send you to El Salvador, okay? The only reason we got away with it for years with Sleepy Joe is because he just wouldn't enforce the laws. He didn't enforce any of the laws. Right? Do you want another J6? This is how you get another J6. Listen,
right? So then people are like, fuck Trader Trump. And I said, jail time, big dog. Wait, there's more. 8647. Straight to jail, bitch. I put a laugh out loud. That's a picture. Where are the other ones I respond to? So anybody that was talking crap about Biden should go to jail? You clearly don't understand the nuance of this situation, big guy. Enjoy the taste of your own medicine. By the way, Trump wears diapers. I don't think they get it. FDDT. At least 10 years for you, Angela. And MAGA says they're the party of freedom. Freedom to go to prison. MAGA should definitely go to prison. That's what they responded. MAGAs have such thin skin and cry all the time. There is no law saying you cannot talk mean about the president. We'll make it a new law. Aren't you cute? 8647. Too cute for prison. Say no to drugs. I say don't hide it, divide it. Straight to prison for you. There was people that I was tagging. I don't know why all my comments are showing up. I was tagging like at the real police, at police now, at 911. I was just tagging all kinds of fucking police related things every time they'd say fuck Donald Trump. They didn't get it. They just kept coming back for more.
You don't know what that meant. That meant assassination. And it says it loud and clear. Now, he wasn't very competent, but he was competent enough to know what that meant. And he did it for a reason, and he was hit so hard. Because people like me. They like what's happening with our country. Our country's become respected again, and all this. And he's calling for the assassination of the president.
Obviously, he apologized and said he wasn't apologizing.
Just this week, we've lost 8 oil rigs, 10 gas rigs, 10 rigs week to week carry. That's not good for our own oil industry.
For violence, but
look, he's a very bad.
What do you want to see happen? What do you want to see happen?
I don't want to take a position on it because that's going to be up to Pam and all of the great people. I have Cash. I have Pam.
What do you think he's telling Pam? What do you think he's telling Pam Bondi about someone posting seashells in the shape of 8647?
Great people. And I'm going to let them, because if I tell you something, they'll say, oh, I'm not going to get involved. But I will say this. I think it's a terrible thing. And when you add his history to that, if he had a clean history, he doesn't. He's a dirty cop. He's a dirty cop. And if he had a clean...
Is he?
I could understand if there was a leniency. But I'm going to let them make that decision.
So if he was a clean cop, I would tell them to have leniency. But he's not a clean cop, so I'll let them decide.
He knew exactly what it said.
It's a dangerous time. I see security around here. It's very tight. You're in the Middle East. You've had 2 assassination attempts. One, obviously, hit by that bullet in Butler. There's a lot of frustration that we still don't know about that shooter in Butler. And we don't know about his communications.
I bet he's going to give us all the information right now. I bet he's going to tell us everything about this guy, where he came from, what he did, who he was, his motivations, how they caught him, how they missed him. I bet we're going to get it all right now. Just wait.
We get stonewalled all the time asking questions about it. Is there frustration on your part? Will we get transparency? Will we know the bottom line story?
It's very interesting because we have great people. I think Pam is incredible. I think Ash is incredible. And they're doing a great job. They're being recognized as doing a great job. I was given an explanation early on, sort of a little bit pre them. And I think
a little bit pre them. He doesn't want to say Biden gave us Biden's FBI gave us the information. It was a little bit pre them. Okay.
It was strange. The one guy had 18 cell phones. Okay. I have a lot of cell phones, but I have like 2. I call that a lot. And I think I probably make more calls than him. It's like, that's all I do. And I had to, why does somebody have 18? Another one, the first one, the one from Butler, he had 3 apps, very unusual.
The guy with the 18 cell phones, or I don't know if his 18 had a bunch of cell phones. Clearly, he had something going on, right? He had mental illness. He thought that the government was sending him fucking information into his brain and shit. He probably had all those because he was a gang stalker guy, right?
Apps, and 2 of them were foreign apps. And then he ends up with the one from Butler. He had 3 apps, very unusual apps, and 2 of them were foreign apps. And then he ends up with a white shoe lawyer, meaning a super lawyer from Pittsburgh, the big city. And they live outside of Butler in a little place. Where did they get this lawyer that would represent IBM and would represent ExxonMobil?
But you're the president. Can't you find out?
No, I know. I'm relying on my people to tell me what it is. We have deep-seated craziness in this country. And I'm relying on my people. And so far they're good. But so far and in this case it's Secret Service, they tell me it's fine.
In this case, the Secret Service, they tell me it's fine. I don't know.
But it's a little hard to believe, to be honest with you, okay? It's a little bit hard to believe as I get that throbbing feeling.
Yeah.
I get a little throbbing feeling.
Well, if you find out, we'd love to know. We continue to ask.
I know. No, I
and a lot of
understand.
people ask us.
It's a little bit strange. We have incredible people in there now, so can't blame that.
You've been very generous with your time. I'll just wrap it up with this. This is, in the minds of Democrats, Republicans, a very successful trip. Big picture.
By the way, here's what he was saying last year. Let me refresh this. Hold on just a second. I want to find out about the 2 assassins. Why did one guy have 6 cell phones and why did the other guy have foreign apps? And he said that he has ordered his administration to provide every bit of information to the public. This was back in February. Early February, February 8th. February 8th. It was only 6 phones and 2 foreign apps. And every little bit of information. No more holding back because of Biden. We're entitled to know. They've held back long enough. We want it all released. And then he finishes up with no excuses. Now we're sitting here in fucking May, and he's like, I don't know. They tell me it's fine.
Because it's this way.
It's a little hard to believe, to be honest with you, okay? It's a little bit hard to believe as I get that throbbing feeling.
Yeah.
I get a little throbbing feeling.
Well, if you find out, we'd love to know. We continue to ask.
A throbbing feeling from a scratch he had on his face.
I know. No, I
and a lot of
understand.
people ask us.
It's a little bit strange. We have incredible people in there now, so can't blame that.
You've been very generous.
He picks his Secret Service. Like, if he don't like Secret Service guys, he can get rid of all of them. Bring in new ones. Every fucking one of them. I don't know.
With your time, I'll just wrap it up with this. This is, in the minds of Democrats, Republicans, a very successful trip. Big picture. Because it's this way, do you want to do more for?
I think he is mad because at the Secret Service, because the assassination attempts, right? That makes sense. I guess, right? He's mad because they didn't respond enough. And then the first time he had Secret Service, his Secret Service call sign was Mogul, right? Mogul. And then they had to change it because there was a break in the Secret Service, right? So they got new guys. So Biden served, he got Secret Service. Now he's come back to Secret Service and they've changed his code name to Yam Tits. And I think that really bothers him, right? Yam tits. What is that about? Old yam tits. So, I don't know. I would be a little bit feisty over yam tits as well. I'm not going to lie.
Foreign policy trips? Do you want to go talk to China's Xi Jinping? I mean, you're a force of personality as far as getting things done on a business front. Do you think that that's the model that you're going to have going forward?
Yeah. So, well, it's a very hard model. It's a very taxing model. You know, when you do this. So when you say, "Do you want?" Is it fun?
Yeah.
Now, I did say I was standing next to all three of them.
I'll tell you, one time, genuinely, I thought Trump was funny. I'll find the video. Hold on.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Donald.
They're asking them what they think their Secret Service code name should be.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Donald.
Oh, is it not going to do Trump's?
Mr. Trump?
Oh, it is.
Humble.
He says that his Secret Service code name should be Humble. That was a funny joke.
That's a good one.
That was one time I think Trump might have been genuinely funny. The rest of the time, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Of them over the last few days, and with tremendous fanfare and everyone going crazy and everything else. It's at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Honestly, nobody's ever. I'm getting calls back.
And people are like, Trump does self-deprecating humor. He doesn't really, right? When he does self-deprecating humor, it's still about him being rich and powerful and wealthy. Like when he was on SNL and made fun of himself, it was about how much money he had and how he just pisses it away because he's so fucking wealthy and he's the richest guy. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do self-deprecating. Even that, when he's saying humble, he's saying like, I know I'm not humble. I don't need to be humble. I should never be humble. That's the joke. But I'm fucking wealthy and powerful.
In the United States, we've never seen anything like that.
But I do think that one time was funny.
Country, so I'll do it again. I'll do it, and I would certainly China.
That was funny, but he didn't do it on purpose. When that eagle fucking attacked him,
where it's important, that's important in a different way. This was very important to keep in our.
Or when he's like, we got George Washington and we got that one. You guys know that guy, right? Oh, and then back there's Lincoln when he didn't know who Jackson was.
And it's just they're in our fault. They are back loving the United States again. That was a full embrace, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. I mean, seriously, I asked, have you ever done this before? Last night, 2 nights ago, I said, have you ever done anything for No. Would you? No. Not even close. With the hundreds of camels and the horses and this, it was beautiful.
They do this crazy shit with every president, right?
I mean, all three. If you said which was the best, I couldn't tell you, and they were different.
Remember, they had fucking George Bush doing a sword dance.
They were all at the top level. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. It was an honor. But that really, to me, it showed love. It showed, there's a love.
They love him. They love him, guys. They fucking love him. There was another one here that I wanted to see. Was it this one? Sorry. When we were talking about Grok, it's this one.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of people who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
Apparently, Dave Rubin went up against Grok. That's what happened.
This is a real murderer's row of on Piers Morgan. Wajat, the only one.
Right, I was
honestly,
about to
gonna say, poor Wajat.
And the expression on his face kind of looks like he really.
Yeah.
How did I get to this?
He has that look of like, how did I get to be the one guy in this lineup here that was just brought in to make sure that the victim knew who they really were picking?
He's slowly backing up so he appears smaller in frame.
Exactly.
It's gonna dip.
So everybody knows that there's money in grifting, like if you're like black or if you're gay or if you're trans or something and you go full MAGA. But a lot of people leave out, like the Dave Rubins. There's a lot of money in saying, like, I used to be left, but the left drove me away with their nonsense and now I'm MAGA kind of deal. And that's his whole grift. That's always been his grift.
It's literally like they're doing a lineup of a bunch of criminals, and one of the cops like, hey, Bernie, can you jump in there for a minute, because we only got 4, we need 5.
Which one does not belong?
Here is Dave Rubin. This is just fascinating. I had heard about, I can't remember what street it is, but in the West Village, the 86, the word 86 came from, there was a speakeasy, and all like the top, like well-known entertainers of the day would go there and drink. And there were 2 doors. One door was on it starts with a B. I can't remember what the name of the street. Bedford Street, right? And then the back door was on another street. I don't know if it was like Charles or what. And so when the cops would come, this was a protected speakeasy, but the cops would have to raid it every now and then. And they would go and they would send word 86 it, which meant go out 86 Bedford, and we're coming in the front at like Charles or whatever it was. And that's where the term came from. And then, you hear it in diners, 2 eggs, sunny side up. Wait, we're 86 on eggs, no more eggs.
Yeah.
Dave Rubin came up with a new term because apparently James Comey.
Perfect.
If you were a right winger, you would know all the details to this, because this is the big scandal right now. Not the stuff where they're attempting to.
I heard that it did originate in New York, and this is one of the backstories, but they don't know if it's true. But it originated with like getting rid of people that were drunk or disorderly or whatever, throwing them out. They're not welcome anymore. Then they started using it for menu items, and they started using it for all kinds of shit. But I've heard this story right here, but I just don't think it's confirmed.
Get rid of all the scientists in the country, not the stuff where they're attempting to pull people off the street and disappearing them for writing op-eds, not the defunding of colleges and universities, not the defunding of the EPA, USDA, FDA.
That one student, all they wrote in their op-ed was that they thought that the college should divest its investments away from that list of companies that heavily support Israel. That's all they said. Is like the student body voted to divest. I think you should do what the student body think, and that was it. That was enough to get deported.
Not the bill that is going to kick 10, 12 million people off of Medicaid, kick millions off of food assistance, not the rolling back of all the green energy stuff. It's that James Comey, the guy who hasn't been in government for, I believe, 8 years.
Former FBI director, has an Instagram account, and he wrote 8647, which was some type of slogan, not let's go Brandon, but rather it was like, let's get rid of the 47th president.
47. And apparently on the right wing, they said that this was a death threat that Comey had decided to put on Instagram.
As opposed to just an attention grab from a guy that is seemingly like he should have been a YouTuber or something like that. He's just addicted to being in the headlines and no one likes you. The Democrats don't like you and the Republicans don't like you. Just go away.
This is just some, like private citizen now, or, God knows what he's doing, but he's certainly a private citizen just posting on Instagram, I don't like Donald Trump. And it became this huge scandal on the right because they have nothing else to talk about. And here's Dave Rubin and Piers Morgan.
Yeah. So the sole basis authorities have eroded for revoking her visa was an opinion piece she co-authored in Tufts student newspaper, criticizing the school's response to calls by students to divest from companies with ties to Israel and to acknowledge the Palestinian genocide. So she said, hey, the students want you to divest. You're ignoring them. You shouldn't do that. And you should acknowledge that there's a Palestinian genocide going on. That was enough to be deported.
Clickbaiting on it, and here is Dave Rubin talking about it, and this is cut by Dave Rubin clips 2.
She won her case or whatever though, and was put right back in. She returned to Massachusetts. She's back in school. She's released from custody.
Parody. People should check out this Twitter,
at Dave Clips.
At Dave Clips, and here is Dave Rubin. The music is put in by the Dave Rubin clips.
Guy should have a pin over here. I told the truth. It's really incredible. The other thing about 86, and I'm impressed, I doubt you ever worked in a restaurant. I did, and yes, it's true. If they don't have the porterhouse anymore, you 86 the porterhouse. That means you don't have it anymore, so the waiters know when they're going out there. But the other thing that the 86 came from was the 86th floor on the Empire State Building. And do you know what the 86th floor on the Empire State Building is? That's the observation floor, and that's where the mafia in the old days used to take guys that owed them some money and toss them off the roof of the Empire State Building. That is a fact. You can also check that on Grok.
Pause it for a second now if you're watching.
No, the 86 and James Comey 86 at 47 Instagram post does not refer to the 86th floor of the Empire State Building or any alleged mafia practice of throwing people off the observation deck. This theory is a speculative urban legend without credible historical evidence. The term 86 originates 20th century American slang, primarily in the hospitality industry. Sources like Merriam-Webster and lexicologists trace it back to 1930s, 1940s diner and soda counter slang, where it meant an item is sold out, unavailable, or that a customer, often disruptive, should be refused service. Established theories include restaurant code, prohibition, speakeasy, soup kitchen.
I mean, if you're listening, somebody did in fact rock it. Does the 86 in James Comey's 8647 Instagram post refer to the 86th floor, the observation deck of the Empire State Building, where the mafia allegedly threw people off? Grok says no. The 86 in James Comey's Instagram post does not refer to the 86th floor of the Empire State Building or any alleged mafia practice of throwing people off the observation deck. This theory is a speculative urban legend without credible historical reference. What? The term 86 originates in the earliest 20th century American slang primarily.
There is exactly zero record of any of the mafia throwing people off the 86th floor of the Empire State Building. Thank you for asking.
Early in the hospitality industry, Merriam-Webster and lexicologists trace it to the 1930s, 40s diner and soda counter slang, where it meant an item was sold out, unavailable, or that the customer should be refunded service. And there, Prohibition 86 Barrow Street. It was Barrow, not Bedford. I thought it was Bedford, though, actually.
The idea people get thrown off the Empire State Building is purely fictional. There's no.
I was just
actually no.
Yeah, that's all made up.
Just laughing.
I'm not even one like.
It would be so messy.
Suicide is definitely an issue at the Empire State Building, a known issue with any high-rise building. That to have precautions, right? Make it less easy for people to do it. But
Do you think that we should put a fence over this? Because it feels...
the Empire State Building, due to its height, has unfortunately been a site for suicide since its opening in 1931. Early on, the lack of proper barriers contributed to the issue. In 1947, a 10-foot high fence with inward curling rods was erected on the 86th floor observation deck to deter suicide attempts. The fence has been credited with significantly reducing the number of suicide and suicide attempts.
It's like the mafia keeps throwing people off the roof. Don't worry about it.
I think someone told me there was like 30 or 40, hell, it might be higher than that, suicide attempts or suicides from the Empire State Building.
After we throw the guy off the building and cause a splatter, 86 floors below, we got to make a plan for getting out of this building.
Just come. Just wait.
Yeah, shit, think about that. Like, you throw somebody off the 86th floor, they're going to get to the bottom a lot quicker than you are. Someone's going to call the fucking cops. How the fuck are you getting out of there?
But there's nobody else on the observation deck. Calmly walk to the elevator.
We're just tourists, okay?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And they walk outside, and it's just red. The whole block is like brains and guts.
Here's how you do it. After you throw the guy off the building, you go, Jimmy, what are you doing? Don't jump off the building.
I committed suicide.
And then you go, yeah, oh, darn it.
Because doesn't the mafia, like, they're putting people in concrete. They're, sticking them to the bottom of the ocean so you don't get found.
Trunk of cars.
The most prominent place in the whole city.
That's the thing. You don't do it away from the prying eyes. It's like you always miss
Hide
the
in
thing.
plain sight.
Right, exactly.
Put
You
your
miss it right in
Christmas
front of your
lights on,
nose. Of course. You never want to do it that way. You do
We're
it
going to go to
where
the Statue of
everybody
Liberty and do it
and
next
then,
week.
this is what you do. You take
They're always watching the secret hiding spots. You do it right out in the open.
the stairs. That way they don't like, wait, there's no way these guys are taking the stairs, 86.
Dave Rubin's Mafia.
Fucking retard.
Unbelievable how Dave Rubin is proof that there's literally no level of stupidity that you can have and embarrassment. Like, he's been, what was it that he went on to, what's her face, Megan Kelly, where she's like, no, that's not the case. Like, right to his face. It's unbelievable. But here you prostate cancer. Now,
So that was that question. What did it say about white genocide? Of course, it was tried to program it to say pro-white genocide, and then it got the right answer. There's no.
Now Dave is saying. Now Dave has read half of this. Like, when is it recommended that you get prostate exams? And as someone who is somewhat elderly myself, I can tell you.
So I was wrong about this. I assumed that they probably knew or at least saw something or whatever. But I just saw a doctor react. And he says that the key metric that they use for checking to see if someone has. So he was stitching a TikTok video, and he's a doctor. He's an oncologist, right? He does specializes in prostate cancer, and he was saying that the key metric that they use typically to check for prostate cancer, once you get up to Biden's age, I think it was above 72 or maybe it was 62, once you get up above that age, you're at the point then that metric is kind of off the charts anyways. And unless you have family history or underlying conditions or something like that, then they basically quit checking until you have some type of another issue that arises. Let me see if I can find. Is this the guy?
President Joe Biden has prostate cancer. It's classified as a 9 on the severity scale, meaning that it's metastasized to the bone. Now, the claim is that they just found out about it on Friday. I don't buy it for a second.
Can y'all fucking not, for just like once? I get how everything has to be a grand conspiracy when you don't understand how things fucking work, but you don't have to have a hot take on this. You can, contrary to what you probably believe, just shut up. Now, as a doctor, I'm going to try to do my darndest to try to explain this to you in the simplest terms possible, and I'll use bright, colorful pictures too to make sure it really sticks. Some types of prostate cancer, like the ones in green, are less aggressive, very slow growing, and low risk. Other types of prostate cancer are highly aggressive, rapidly growing, and high risk. This, unfortunately, is the type of prostate cancer that President Biden has. And as the name much about the topic, could you tell the class what bones prostate cancer metastasizes to first? No, you can't? Well, it's the pelvis and the spinal column because of the way that the venous drainage of the prostate cancer can allow those cells to seed those bones. And it might interest you to note that Joe Biden's publicly available physical from last year included extensive radiographic imaging of his spine and pelvis because of his prior diagnosis of ankylosing spondylitis. And guess what they didn't find on those x-rays? They did not find any evidence of metastatic disease. He also had a battery of lab tests, which also didn't show any evidence of metastatic prostate cancer. I know it's difficult for some of y'all to not give your hot take on every topic that comes across your news feed, but sometimes you can just sit down and shut up when you don't know anything about the topic. It's a crazy thought, but maybe give it a shot. Please, please, I'm begging you.
That's the same guy, but that's not the video I was looking for.
Joe Biden has prostate cancer.
Oh, it's this video.
Prostate cancer is one of the easiest cancers to diagnose when it first starts out. Severity scale. You're telling me this man just found out he's got metastatic cancer? For the most aggressive case of this cancer, it takes 5 to 7 years, according to a professional doctor that knows what the hell he's talking about, for this disease to come metastatic.
Hey there. Professional doctor here who knows what the hell he's talking about, and I could tell by the confidence with which you made that video that you must have done your research on prostate cancer. So can you tell me what makes prostate cancer the easiest cancer to diagnose? For example, like how we diagnose prostate cancer, and more importantly, can you tell us how we screen for prostate cancer, particularly in a man Joe Biden's age? I'll let you pick whatever society guideline you usually reference, and in case you need to refresh your memory, I'll let you pause this video in case you need to reference ChatGPT. All right, welcome back. So I'm sure you now know that we don't routinely screen for prostate cancer in men over the age of 70, and we certainly don't screen for prostate cancer.
Okay, 70.
In men who are 82 years of age, because the risks don't outweigh the benefits. We subject these men to unnecessary tests and biopsies and may diagnose an indolent, slow-growing...
Because typically prostate cancer lasts a real long time, and if you're up above 80, and like the prostate cancer would take like 13, 15 years to kill you, you see what I'm saying?
Cancer, and then subject them to treatment, which has no overall mortality benefit because they are likely to die from something else long before they die from the prostate cancer. And even when we do screen for prostate cancer, and again, because I'm sure you read the guidelines, there's no universal protocol for screening for prostate cancer, but we may miss prostate cancer with PSA screening because there's false negatives, and sometimes there's aggressive forms of prostate cancer which may develop in between screening intervals. And I'm sure you reviewed President Biden's public medical records and saw that last year he had extensive skeletal imaging of his spine, hips, and pelvis.
I did look this up, and that was last year. He had all this imaging done, and they would have noticed if it metastasized to those bones, and it didn't seem like it was there then, and that was last year.
And those x-rays didn't show any evidence of metastatic disease. And because you're so well versed on prostate cancer, I'm sure you know that the spine, hips, and pelvis are the first areas where bony metastases appear because of the venous drainage of the prostate gland itself allows for cancer cells to seed those places. So while it is entirely possible that President Biden had prostate cancer at that time, it wasn't metastatic. And because he...
That's why she's making all those typos. She's fucking elbow deep with one hand.
Was out of the screening window and wasn't experiencing any symptoms, they didn't test him for it. And it wasn't until he started developing symptoms, concerning symptoms, that he was tested for and diagnosed with prostate cancer. And unfortunately, because of the high grade and aggressive nature of his tumor, it was diagnosed when it was already metastatic. And again, because you are very well researched on this subject, I'm sure you know that anywhere between 8 to 12% of new prostate cancer diagnoses are made when they are already metastatic, stage 4 disease. And at a certain point, all of these hot, uneducated takes from people who have never picked up a medical book in their entire life and wouldn't be able to find a prostate if I gave them gloves, lube, a headlamp, and a map, they're just punching down at an 82-year-old man who was just diagnosed with a pretty aggressive form of cancer. And like any person who's diagnosed with cancer deserves a little bit of dignity, grace, and respect while they navigate this diagnosis. Just my 2 cents.
Prostate cancer is one of the easiest.
So there you go, Dr. Eric. So I figured they probably knew about it earlier, or maybe that's why he dropped out of the race or something like that, but seems like that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. What else we got? Do you guys remember Peyton? Peyton's the guy, the white guy, that came out and blew up the, let's do this. Blew up the Unfuck America tour. Said microaggression. She's a super racist.
So the organizer of
she may be the biggest racist. Blah blah blah. What's his name? Peyton Vanessa or something like that. Peyton Vanest. Is that it? Yeah. He come out and said the organizers are super racist. She's so microaggressive against these black women. Like, made this huge fucking video. This one here.
This video might get me into legal trouble, but you guys gave me a platform for a reason, and I'm not going to take that for granted fucking ever. Remember that. Remember that. I know who gave me this platform. I'm on my way to Texas for the Unfuck America tour. Basically, they sponsored a trip for a bunch of us creators to go and fuck with Charlie Kirk at Texas A&M. And at first, I was a little apprehensive to take it because I don't like the Jubilee fucking, we're here to debate, I'm not going to platform conservatives, whatever, like stupid bullshit, right? I don't fucking like that shit. But a lot of my friends, people that I've grown to like on this app who are very intelligent, we're going, and I was like, oh wow, okay, cool, so maybe this is something completely different. I ended up signing on, right? Turns out, the lead organizer, who was horrible at organizing, by the way, I want to point that out, had no clue, still have no clue what the fuck we're even going there to do. I actually have a whole other plan planned. I don't know what the fuck anybody else is doing, but I'm going there to do something actually dope as fuck. But anyway, the lead organizer, turns out she's incredibly racist. She hopped on a live last night where a bunch of black women creators on this app, who are obviously in the political space, were a little upset.
Super racist, right? Called him super racist, exposed all this. Then got upset because they're like, well, since you're not on the tour anymore, are you still going to need the car for 3 weeks? You should probably turn our car back in, right? Then he makes a really, really, really weird video yesterday.
I apologize that I have to make this video, but circumstances are what they are, and currently I'm stranded in Georgia with my best friend, my editor.
So something you should know is he has another project called the Affordable Housing Project, the AHP, where they're planning on buying hotels that are closed down, renovating them into studio apartments, and then supposedly renting those to people like low-income housing, okay? And he doesn't own it. He's not like on the board or nothing, but it's part of his project. He raises money for it. He does his videos for the AHP, and that's like his passion project. So here we go.
Editor jet, and we have no way and no money to get home. For reasons outside of my control, I am no longer a part of the AHP initiative, and with that came us being stranded here by the organizer of the AHP initiative. This is not an Unfuck America tour situation. This is not a Zico and Sanchez situation. This was an interpersonal conflict that apparently could not be resolved. I tried to resolve it, and the person involved did not want to resolve it and then chose to strand us here. In fact, to my knowledge, the AHP initiative is just what it is. It's an affordable housing initiative that is doing exactly what it says it's doing, and I have found no evidence that it's not. And this falling out has also caused me to lose the studio that I was going to be getting to film my videos in.
So a lot of people started saying maybe he's the problem, right? Maybe he's the problem. And then people are like, no, you just support racists, you piece of shit. Well, this is 2 programs he's had falling out with, and now he claims he's stranded in Georgia. He doesn't have a way home, and he needs to raise a GoFundMe.
In and keep pumping out more content because I live in a very small apartment with my girlfriend, and this was about to be like a really big game changer for me and my content and my ability to do what I love. So that's all happened, and Jet and I are stranded here, and now I've lost out on my studio, and also now I have to figure out how to pay my rent and pay these people back that have helped me with my rent. So this is my Venmo and Jet's Cash App. They'll also be in my bio. If you guys want to help us get home like immediately, that would help. And if you want to help us get the money back for my rent and help us acquire the studio space, my GoFundMe is in my bio. All of the information for it is there, so you can go check that out. I don't like asking people for money, but if you could help us reach our goal, that would be incredibly appreciated. I would really fucking appreciate it, because man, was that about to really help me out. I mean, it was going to help with my rent too. There's money that I was going to come into at the end of this tour that was going to allow me to acquire all of these things, and now that has been taken off the table. And one more time, just because we were separated from the AHP initiative does not mean it's not still a good cause. It is. I apologize that I have to make this video.
All right.
Circumstances.
So he starts a GoFundMe, but AHP did address this. And one of the people from AHP is in the chat here. It says AHP did in fact pay for his flight out. I actually offered personally to help with transportation to the airport if needed. I have reached out just in case he and Jet needed anything. Trust me, we didn't necessarily leave him stranded. He had a paid-for Airbnb until his flight time. I promise I did let them know to reach out to me if anything was needed. And this is coming from Jania Blackwell, a member of the AHP board. Peyton would agree to these things. Jet can for sure, which is his editor, say I reached out. We agreed to, so he's staying in an Airbnb. We left. He's staying in an Airbnb that we paid for until the next day. His flight's already paid for. We asked if he needed a ride to the airport. We would get him a ride or pay for an Uber. And we didn't leave him stranded in Georgia. So what is he asking for the money for? What is the if he's not stranded in Georgia, what is the GoFundMe money for? So if we go to help get us home, and we go to his GoFundMe, I think this is the GoFundMe. It is for $10,000. Now, again, he's stranded. So if you read this, it says the goal is to help me pay for my rent and acquire my studio to start working on my content full time. Because I live in a very small apartment with my girlfriend, it's simply become incompatible to my work and living conditions. But wait, I thought it was about you being stranded. Content creation and creativity is my only passion, and I have been fortunate enough to have a platform to not only express myself creatively, but support causes I genuinely believe in. And I genuinely believe my capacity to give back and do what I love would be much greater if I was able to both live and work. Okay, so according to this GoFundMe that he wants you guys to donate to, it has nothing to do with being stranded in Georgia. And according to the people that supposedly left him stranded, they put out a full press statement saying we didn't leave him stranded. He's in a paid-for Airbnb. He's got paid-for tickets back home. His flight's paid for. We told him we'd buy him an Uber or give him a ride. Whatever he needed, we would do all of that to get him there. So that's very strange. But remember this $10,000 goal, okay? Remember this $10,000 goal, because then we go here. Only a few hours after he made this video, Peyton was arrested. Peyton was arrested for failure to appear for a charge that he got and was supposed to be going to court for. And it just so happens that his bail to get out of jail is exactly $10,000.
I apologize that I have to make this video, but circumstances are what they are, and currently I'm stranded in Georgia with my best friend, my editor, Jet, and we have no way and no money to get home. For reasons outside of my control, I am no longer a part of the AHP initiative, and with that came us being stranded here by the organizer of the AHP initiative. This is not an Unfuck America tour situation. This is not a Zico and Sanchez situation. This was an interpersonal conflict that apparently could not be resolved. I tried to resolve it, and the person involved did not want to resolve it and then chose to strand us here. In fact, to my knowledge, the AHP initiative is just what it is. It's an affordable housing initiative that is doing exactly what it says it's doing, and I have found no evidence that it's not. And this falling out has also caused me to lose the studio that I was going to be getting to film my videos in and keep pumping out more content, because I live in a very small apartment with my girlfriend, and this was about to be like a really big game changer for me and my content and my ability to do what.
Now, he is the white knight of microaggressions. What do you think he was arrested for? Now, I will say he claims it's a case of completely false identity, right? That it's not him. What do you think he was arrested for? What if I told you he was arrested for robbing 3 black women that ran a check cashing place?
Do what I love. So that's all happening.
First and foremost, I want to start off by saying that the following video is not to take away from the voices of Tashika and many other black creators who have spoken out against the Unfuck America tour. And if you guys don't know who that is Peyton. And Peyton is a popular TikToker here who is part of the Unfuck America tour and also its downfall at the very first version 1.0. This is the same creator that stood on their platform and broke down the microaggressions and the toxicity of the tour when it came down to black creators. With that being said, the following information that I have is truly disturbing, and these allegations are really fucking wild. And to process everything that I've learned this morning has been incredibly difficult. This is exactly why we need to be very, very careful about who we are platforming and who we are supporting, and we need to do our due diligence to do our own research when it comes to content creators. But let's get into the allegations. In 2022, Peyton was arrested for attempted robbery towards a check cashing business that was owned by 3 black women. Apparently, he handed them a note with a bag that said put all of the money in the bag, and he was arrested on the street and claimed that he was falsely arrested and held 30 days, and he was going to sue the police department for falsely alleging that he was the one that robbed these 3 black women. Last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, it became public knowledge that Peyton was arrested for an outstanding warrant for failure to appear in court for these said allegations last year. The video that I just showed you was posted hours before his arrest, asking...
And he claims he was going to sue the police department because he had nothing to do with it. Now he's not even showing up to his court appearances?
For a GoFundMe to raise $10,000 to get him and his partner back from Georgia and to help him continue to fund filming content and doing what he does here on TikTok, because he was no longer part of the coalition that was helping raise money for affordable housing nationwide. He was arrested in the same county that he was accused of these crimes that he failed to show up to court for. If you guys know of who I am, I always like to do my due diligence, but I was handed a pile of receipts, which I have stitched into these videos as I'm continuing to talk. But these are readily available receipts that you can pull if you need them. I am truly disturbed of these allegations that are rising out against Peyton and the fact that he posted a GoFundMe hours before his arrest that matches the same amount of money he needs for bail. And
$1 for $1. $10,000 bail, $10,000 GoFundMe.
The only thing I can call out with is that he was truly innocent. I'm really unsure why he didn't use his platform to fight for his justice and sue the police department, as he said in a video originated in 2022. And for him to gain as much speed and communities as he has grown in the last couple months over all of this, why he never spoke out about this publicly again is my concern as a content creator. I believe that Peyton must speak on this and must tell everyone, his followers, and anyone that donated to that GoFundMe what the reality was and what the situation is. But again, there has been no trial and he has not been convicted of a crime. These are all allegations because we have a due justice system here in America and due process is warranted, and he has to go through these allegations and we have to see what the court decides. I'm truly fucking disturbed by all of this, and this is not anything to do with the left eating the left or anything to that. This is...
That's wild.
Problem with social media and not doing our due process as Americans to vet the people that we're trying to follow. And just because they have a large number does not always make them equal to a good person. And now I'm not saying Peyton is good nor bad, because again, there has been no trial and he has not been convicted of a crime. But these allegations are incredibly serious and incredibly disturbing.
Wilds. Why he came in white knighting for these super racists that were basically just arguing with black people and got called racist for even arguing with black people. Everything she said was taken out of context, misconstrued. As I don't believe she should have went on the panel because she was defensive, but I don't think it was microaggressions. And then he comes up that he's robbing black women, allegedly, with a duffel bag and a note saying, put all the money in the bag and nobody gets hurt. Wild, dude. And then we have one more fact check we'll do tonight before we wrap it up. Here we go. The white genocide.
How Donald Trump became convinced that there's white genocide in South Africa, even though it's an obvious lie. How exactly does Donald Trump learn about such an obvious lie? In 1994, at the end of apartheid in South Africa, white farmers spread a rumor that the new black-led government would soon systematically wipe out the white minority. This was nonsense, but the fear persisted. By the late 90s, the rumor developed a name: the Night of Long Knives. So frightened by this, A percentage of the white Afrikaners undergo paramilitary training, and this group slowly evolves into the extremist right-wing hate group, Suidlanders. It's worth remembering their entire ideology, their entire reason for being, rests on religious prophecies of Siener van Rensburg, supposedly granted to him by God, where he saw visions of the death of the white race, and God charged him with stopping it. He is a crazy person. That's worth remembering. The generation of this idea that Donald Trump believes blindly comes from the mind of a mentally ill farmer who believed he talked with God. In 2017, the Suidlanders, seeing the rise of the far and alt-rights across the globe, go on a roadshow tour of the world. They court every single group they can, including the American alt-right. In particular, they find known crazy woman Lauren Southern. Southern and other kooks spread the lie that a genocide is currently occurring. Again, nonsense created to get clicks and for their own personal aggrandizement within the vicious alt-right world. Southern, in particular, crowdfunds a documentary. It is heavily over the top, and much of it is a vanity piece about how she is a hardcore journalist and deserves respect. This documentary is seen by Fox News producers. The producers turn it into the top story for Tucker Carlson because it has all the elements they love to shovel into your racist uncle's gut.
Seems like that every time there's one of these crazy things, somehow you can trace it back to Lauren Southern.
Donald Trump, presumably while chowing down on a McDonald's fish sandwich, watches Carlson and tweets about the white genocide in South Africa. And thus the simple lie, beginning with a raving lunatic, traveled up through decades, crossed an ocean, and implanted
I can, because none of the statistics support it.
itself in the soft, rotting brain.
From April of last year to December of last year, there were 36 deaths that were farm-related. Okay? 7 of those were white farm owners. 7. The other 29 were black farm workers. And it's still way below the average for murders in South Africa. Like hundreds of times below the average.
Of Donald John Trump.
There is no white genocide. So I don't have to cartoon it away. It just didn't happen. It's not happening.
Trump has misrepresented the fact in. I want to start with these articles in particular. At one point, the U.S. president flipped.
He's got articles.
Paperwork.
I'm sure those are accurate.
Death on each page. He says that these were all published in the last few days, and that one headline and that all the headlines show white farmers being buried. Now, at one point in particular, he held up a headline to the camera here. We can see the headline clearly. It says, "Let's talk about Africa, which is where tribalism takes you," published by a blog called The American Thinker. There's also a thumbnail here of bodies being buried as well. Now, this article that he's holding is still online. It's pretty easily findable. And what he said about this all being...
Where's that article from? Bunch of farmers being killed in South Africa?
In the last few days. This blog post is not. It's dated February 13th earlier this year. As for the image that he said that shows white farmers being buried, this is not even in South Africa. This is actually an image of aid workers burying bodies.
God damn it, Donald. He had one job.
In the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, how do we know that?
In the Congo? That's not South African farmers.
Well, it's pretty clear, linked here at the bottom in the blog post itself. It says image, YouTube screen grab. Pretty easy to click on the link and it takes us straight there to a report published by Indian media WION using Reuters footage showing women being buried following a mass jailbreak in Goma. So not South Africa, Yinka, but the DRC. And it is a story
that's also not true.
That is months old as well.
They didn't beg for the white farmers to return. They partnered with some, and those people still don't even own the land.
In his meeting. Right, Trump was pretty keen to roll his compilation.
What about the video?
Started out with archive footage of Julius Malema, who is a South African black nationalist politician. That's possibly why President Ramaphosa stifled a slight smile when he heard that voice ring out, because it is a voice that he recognizes. Now, Malema previously led the ruling ANC party's youth wing, but he was expelled around 2020. He has never held an official government position, despite Trump's misconception there. He now leads a minority party in South Africa called the Economic Freedom fighters. And President Ramaphosa did reiterate this to Trump, that he is very much a minority with no executive role, and this has nothing to do with his government's official policy. Now, later in that compilation clip, there's also a video, an archive video of the former president, Jacob Zuma, singing a controversial apartheid-era song that includes the lyric, "Shoot the Boer," the Boers of which, the descendants of which are the white Afrikaners in South Africa.
In recent years, Zimbabwean government has sought to address the issue arising from land reform, offering compensation to displaced farmers, including those from foreign countries like Denmark, Switzerland, Netherlands, and Germany.
Now, this is a controversial song. The ANC did promise to stop singing the song after that. Now, Trump said in this meeting that those singing were officials in office, but this is simply not true. This video is well over 10 years old.
And now they're joint ventures with black farmers as well as leases that the government owns the land.
With no officials in office shown. Again, Ramaphosa did tell Trump directly in the meeting that these videos, these speeches, these rallies in his compilation have little to nothing to do with the way he runs his government. Now, I want to turn to the final video in Trump's compilation that...
Of course, there's like people shouting crazy things. Yeah, we get it. We have that too.
Crosses lining a rural highway. Let me bring that up so you can see that better. But this is the video that the president played for President Ramaphosa. Trump said that this shows burial sites of over 1,000 white farmers, with each cross representing a different farmer that was killed. But these are not graves at all. According to local news, this was in fact from a protest in 2020, so 5 years ago now, in memorial for a white farming couple that was killed in their home, according to the police report. According to the Google Street View, dated from 2023, we can see that these have been removed and that they no longer exist. Now, Elon Musk did post this video twice on his platform X in the last 6 months. We can see him sharing that video as well. Now, overall, Trump's compilation does mislead that there is a wave of anti-white hate and white genocide taking place in South Africa. And while the country does have a very high murder rate, it's around an average of 72 people a day in a country that has a population of 60 million.
So in a country that has a murder rate of 72 people a day, we're freaking the fuck out over 7 white farmers last year and saying it's a genocide. What the fuck, dude? Or do white farmers get caught up in violent crimes? Absolutely. There's robbery, there's violent crimes. They got a super high murder rate. They need to address their crimes. Is it particularly targeted at white farmers trying to kill them and take their land? Absolutely not.
Million people, most of these victims are black. And I just want to end with these figures.
Most of the problems with Zimbabwe is the relationships they now have with Western nations. And they're trying to reform that image. So they are paying basically reparations to these white farmers and paying them to do partnerships and land leases. They probably did it in the wrong manner because it did turn violent sometimes in Zimbabwe when they took the land away from them. Probably wasn't the best approach to take. Now they're struggling because they have these tense relations with Western nations because of the news that come out of there. Like, oh, they're fucking running people. The same news that South Africa is getting right now, right? So they're doing partnerships with black farmers and white farmers. They're doing land leases with white farmers, and they're paying them back for the land grabs to try to improve their image with the rest of the world.
To the Google Street View, dated from 2023, we can see that these have been removed and that they no longer exist. Now, Elon Musk did post this video twice on his platform X in the last 6 months. We can see him sharing that video.
So an image posted by, of course, Elon Musk.
As well. Now, overall, Trump's compilation does...
Every one of those is a grave. They buried them right beside the interstate so everybody can see it.
That there is a wave of anti-white hate and white genocide taking place in South Africa. And while the country does have a very high murder rate, it's around an average of 72 people a day in a country that has a population of 60 million people. Most of these victims are black. And I just want to end with these figures from the South African Police Service from 2024. They recorded over 26,000 murders in 2024. 44 of these were within the farming community, and out of
8 were farmers. They had 26,000 murders last year. 44 were within the farming community, probably black workers, because typically the farmers are white owners and the farm workers are almost always black, right? 8 were farmers. 8 murders out of 26,000. And you all are calling that a white genocide. You can say they have a problem with poverty. They have a problem with crime. They have a problem with violent crime. They have a problem with robbery. And sometimes that spills over into the farms. It's not just the cities. It spills over into the farms. You cannot say that 8 white people murdered out of 26,000 murders last year is a white genocide. It just isn't happening. No matter what Lauren Southern tells you to believe.
That only 8 of those were farmers, Yinka. So I think that's a good point for us to end that.
Find all the deaths. 8 is not a genocide. Find the deaths, and then maybe somebody will start believing you. Instead of a bunch of propaganda image and some guy yelling, kill the boar, and some other guy saying, we're going to do it, and we got crazy people that shout shit all the time. It doesn't mean that's the stance our government's taking, or they're looking the other way during crime, or that people are murdering other people for fucking land. It just isn't happening. All right, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm out. You guys have a good night. If you want to support the show, do that at coldbeer.fund. That's how we pay the bills. Coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund, where you can donate and help us get by until we get back on our feet. We'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show.
And boom goes the dynamite.
The fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up.
More white people die in my state from farm machinery accidents every day. Fucking the white genocide that's supposedly going on.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
The Lauren Southern documentary was called Farmlands. And I do remember it as a big thing. Hell, I used to believe it. I thought that that's what was going on. That they were just fucking murdering people, and then they're saying, oh, the land's vacant, and we'll just take the land now, and it belongs. I honestly believe this shit. I can't find the fucking deaths. I find a lot of people talking about it. A lot of people that really want to come to the U.S. saying, oh, no, they're being so mean to us. Can't find the deaths.
Dude, come on. Seriously. This is my mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place.
Find them. Find the deaths. If it wasn't last year, show me where the genocide's happening. Tell me what year. It just isn't happening.
Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well.
Zimbabwe's land reform program did often turn violent. It's not happening in South Africa. They're not even seasoned farms. They're not doing it. They passed one law that says that after all negotiations are exhausted, unused land can be taken by the government. They haven't even enforced it.
Believing in reasons with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's the moth, it's about to get.
There's a genocide going on in Sudan.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Have a good night, guys.
About to get lit, get the place in them bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy.
2016 and 2017 combined, there were only 74 murders that occurred during farm attacks. There was 19,000 in the country. The rate of farm murders is an order of magnitude lower today than it was 20 years ago. Not looking good for the genocide stats. Have a good one.